CHIBUKU Super Cup 2021 is brought to you by CHIBUKU. CHIBUKU, taste the goodness.
It's a very good afternoon and welcome along to ZTN. My name is Chief Kotial Zora. Thank you so much for staying with us. And Borara Dzoka, Chief Vadzoka Zvakare, Varukufamba one machinda awo. Ndozvikitika pa studio panapa. Marco Gold, how are you? Good afternoon, my brother.
Chief Coach is back.
Yeah,
we are back.
Good to be back.
For the big one.
Yeah, it's a huge one. It's a humdinger of a match that we're expecting today. We are going to be giving you the pictures of the match between Caps United and Dynamos at the National Sports Stadium. But before we go there, we have to talk about this match here. And we've got a former Warriors forward in the form of Mo Moyo. My brother, how are you doing?
Chief, how are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to join you again.
Good to see you. Good for you to be back.
Yeah, I couldn't miss this one for
Yeah,
anything.
but we didn't miss you.
Oh, you did? HTQ, Lance, they were here. They took charge of things while we were away. And I saw Wellington Pandare as well coming through to analyze. You know, that's very good.
And Charles Mshinga as well. I mean, look, one thing that we need to say from the onset, as Zim Papers, we can unleash analysts, commentators, anchors, left, right, and center. We haven't even started. Robson Sharuga is yet to be here. Lawrence Moyo, Petros Kausio. So many people. So, I mean, look, we've got a team. If you compare us now, I think we should be the Man City of this game. With so many.
I would thought you would say we're the Chelsea of this game.
No.
But nonetheless, Jay-Z did say, less is more. There's plenty of us. So we're plenty. Gentlemen, it's a big afternoon today as we are facing one of the biggest matches yet this season between Dynamos and Caps United. It's going to be a very big match, and we have seen some good goals coming through from both teams. We have seen some very good runs from both teams. But let me take you a little bit back, gentlemen. I read an article, it was a tweet, I think, by someone, and they were talking about this game giving the memories of the great memory Mchera Hoa together with
Joe Kode Mugabe.
Incidentally, yesterday I was in Mbari, where we're doing the memorial service for Shepard Bwanya, the late Caps United chairman. He's an uncle of mine. So he's one of the Vazukuru had to open his suitcases, the clothes, because we wanted to dish them out. And there's a jersey that I saw there. Number 7, Caps Pharmaceuticals, Mugabe Joe. And then you remember those days when Mpimololo Zoa scored the last-minute free kick. Dynamos, it was 94, Dynamos won, Caps United won, and Caps United won the league. And there was mayhem across the stadium, people fighting. Then you had Kode and Memory Mchero standing at the center, talking. That's when I realized, you know what, football, maybe the emotions may go high or low or wherever. But at the end of the day, it's just a game. And between Kode and Memo, you had two inspirational captains who never went hard on each other or never fought. So this is a game that is steeped in history.
It's a big game indeed that we are going to be witnessing in a few minutes, and we'll be crossing over to the National Sports Stadium to join Howard Msonza together with Steve Vickers, the veteran commentators there, giving us nothing but the very best of football. But more, talking about those olden days, man, we can even go a little further down, you know, and talk of that Moses Chunga era. We can go even further, talk about the Stanley Ndundumas of this world. Dynamos Caps United is always a match that is packed with goodness.
Yeah, it has always been a very, very big match. You know, growing up, you just stop what you're doing to be by the radio or by the TV whenever this match is being played. Even if when we were playing, coming up, if you had a game on that day, you'd say, is he not going to play it at 1? Is he not going to play it at 11? Because I don't want to miss the match. And I think in my career, it's one of the biggest regrets that I have. I should have played for one of the two teams and just to experience the derby.
Yeah.
You didn't go?
For a meeting when you wanted to. We know these stories. Farai called you more.
Yeah, but we were deep in the journalism world at that time. So we understand these stories.
You opened the suitcase of money for you. You didn't pitch up.
The time I was supposed to go to Caps, I was engaged somewhere.
And somewhere. He was in Ghana.
No. I couldn't go. I couldn't join Caps because I was employed. And you know, the team that employed me was the team that I was playing for. So I couldn't leave without their blessings. They didn't want me to leave. They would never come out in the open and say, go to Caps. They said, you know what? If you go to Caps, we cannot keep your job. So it was just a nice way of saying, don't go. But really, I would have loved to play for Caps or Dynamos. And for your information, I actually played for Caps. You don't know.
Juniors?
No.
Caps FC?
Caps. No.
You're talking about the cousins.
Not Caps FC. Not Caps FC.
Caps.
This Caps.
Okay, Mo, I want to know
but
more
I didn't play in the derby.
I want to know more about Caps. And you not playing in the derby eventually, but we're going to go for a break. And when we come back, you better get your story right because Marco knows everything. He was writing at the time. I was on radio at the time. So we knew. The library is just a few steps down. Yeah, it's actually a floor down.
I would love to do that. I would love for us to do that.
We have the Knowledge Center here at the studios, where we have everything that was ever written in the Herald, in the Sunday Mail, in the Chronicle, in the Sunday News. So we have all the stories here. But as we go for a break, just remember that we are on Matchday 4. And yesterday we saw Harare City playing against Herentials. It was a 2-1 win for Harare City. And Bulawayo City losing to Chicken Inn by 2-0. And then Manica Diamonds making good against Black Rhinos by 2-1. And today, Highlander Iposo, they're in action at the moment. They're playing against Bulawayo City. Last I checked on that game, it was 0-0. And we've got Cranbourne and Tenex also playing again today. Yada and ZPC Kariba played earlier on. ZPC Kariba winning that one by 1-0. And then now, the big one, Dynamos up against Caps. We're back again straight after the break.
As you stay safe, you can still order your golden, crispy Chicken Inn favorites at any Chicken Inn drive-thru or order from the comfort of your home through the Dial a Delivery app and enjoy delicious meals with family. For a socially distanced pickup, use the curbside collection and we'll deliver to your car for convenience. And of course, you can simply walk into any Chicken Inn and order your takeaway to go. Always maintain social distance. COVID is real. Chicken Inn. Love that chicken.
Is your business or home energy use costing you too much money to run during the day? Are you constantly spending money on replacing your solar system batteries? Do you need financing assistance to acquire or upgrade your solar electric system? Well, you have come to the right place. We are Solar Shack. Call or WhatsApp us today at the Solar Shack and let us give you a power solution to all your energy problems. With professional spare designs and installations backed with financing facilities. Also, visit our new branch, number 76 Churchill Avenue, Alex Park, Harare, for our exciting specials. Solar Shack, giving you energy naturally.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on ZTN. And of course, we are making sure that we have that scrumptious lunch proudly powered by Chicken Inn. And of course, the drink of the day is brought to you by CHIBUKU. The Super Cup is what we are here for. And we are talking about football, the world's most beautiful game. And we see Dynamos today playing against Caps United. We haven't had such action in a very long time, in a prolonged time. Gentlemen, today has finally come. Anzi, nasi anushika chet. And then Nasi Ashika. I had to really fly on the highway to come and catch this one because I was at the City of Kings and of course enjoyed myself there yesterday in that game there where Chicken Inn were playing against the Chiefs in Bulawayo, and the Chiefs lost. And the Chief was there. It was not a very good day.
But the Chiefs are winning the Twitter war. Because the Chicken Inn kids, it wasn't like the best, and the Chiefs are going to town about it, going to town in a very big way.
In a very huge way. More, we were talking about the yesteryear days, connecting them into this dispensation, if I may put it that way. Do you think the traditions are being maintained there in terms of what it means to play for Dynamos and what it means to play for Caps United, especially on a big Sunday like this one?
I think there are some differences. Long back, I think this match would bring the whole country to a standstill. This was probably the biggest match in the country. Now we cannot say that it's the biggest match in the country. I would like to believe in terms of numbers it would be the Boss or Dynamos match. But traditionally Caps and Dynamos everybody would just stop. It was, and so many things have changed. The caliber of players that are playing for both teams. During those days, they would come through the junior ranks, play for reserves. They
understand the culture.
Understand the culture. Yes, exactly. And now that has been lost. People are coming from left, right, and center, just coming to join Dynamos and coming to join Caps. Not that they are bad, but it takes away that attachment that was between the players and the club, the badge. Yeah, so there's a big difference there.
Marco, he's talking about the tenacity that comes deep down from the heart. Now it's missing. It's just there because I'm wearing the blue jersey or I'm wearing the white and green striped jersey. But in terms of the current crop, big.
Yeah,
but
look,
compare them to Joe, Code, and Memory. They never really got paid that much.
They're not characters, Code. It's when you talk to them, when you meet the people that they talk to ahead of this game, in Barawe there's Diro Nyenye, the Wadi, they know what it means because they are surrounded by it. What they cannot do is to seize the moment. I always said, go on our players where you would write a preview about them in the Sunday Mail. They wake up the morning in camp, they read about it. They say, whatever Makomborero has written about me, I want to go there and prove myself. We're getting into a game now where you would say probably Ishmael Wad is carrying the hopes of Caps United. With all that pressure on him, can he play like a boy who's carrying the hopes of Caps United? Some boys are consumed by this game. Look, you talk about players who played in the junior ranks. Alois Bunjira is not a Caps United born and bred. He came from Darren, but he absorbed the moment and changed his heart into the green of Caps United. And when he played with his heart, with everything. And those fights with Kaitano Tembo, it was down to the fact that he loves Caps United and he could die for Caps United. Those are the kind of players that you would want. And these guys, they're small boys, really. It's about character. Can they play? Imagine if the National Sports Stadium was full. Would you expect Biu Antonio to play? Maybe he would, maybe he would not. It's about the character. Can they take grasp of this occasion and say, this is my chance to
seize the moment.
Seize the moment. Or you do a Sam Muteneri.
Yeah.
Remember Sam Muteneri was done inside out, inside. I had more. I was talking about chopping the ball yesterday. I'm not sure what that meant. But on that day, Oscar Machap was chopping inside, chopping outside, chopping inside. Do you know what happened to Sam Muteneri? He said, ladies and gentlemen, I've had enough of football. Let me go and sort out my life.
Yeah.
That's
the James Matolas of this world would have had something else to say to Oscar Machapa. But Mo, let's look at coming closer to the guys that are there now from yesteryear. Of course, Tonderai Ndiraya, Stanza. He has the temperament. He understands what it means to play for Dynamos at this time. Do you think he may have been able to really push this into that changing room for them to understand what it means to wear that blue jersey?
I think if the Dynamos family understands Tunderai better, he's going to build a very, very formidable side. He's
build, not today.
No, not necessarily today. But Tonde's project is he wants to have those youngsters surrounded by mature and senior players. During that time, he's inculcating that Dynamos culture in those youngsters, hoping that 16-year-old player comes in today, he's going to be a Dynamos for the next minimum maybe 8 years until he's 23, 24. Those kind of players would now have that blue blood, like what Norman Maroto always says, the blue blood. Norman Maroto went through that process. And you know, once that culture is built over a long time into a player, they will come and prove that they are worthy Dynamos players. And I think Ndiraya is the right guy for Dynamos. And what I plead to the Dynamos family is to give him time. Because what I know...
This is a job.
Yes, it's a job.
Time.
No. If they want their Dynamos to be that Dynamos, they need to give time to the coach. Otherwise, chopping and changing, then they will never have something that really stands out.
Well, time is the only currency that you really can't buy back, can you? You can't get it back either. Marco, as we are preparing to go to the stadium now, in the next 30 seconds, your take on what Dodo's influence is going to be on his boys?
I mean, if I were Dodo, I would be honest and say, boys, I went out, headhunted you, brought you to Caps United. After I'd let go people like Hard Life Zirekwe, I said, I want to build a new team around you guys. You are playing for me because I've called you at Ghana's, wherever. I've brought you to Caps United. We are here. The long and short end of it, save my job. Save my job. Deliver this one for me. Prove to people that you are worthy playing for my KPK.
Yeah. Do you think he's going to be fired because of this job?
Not fired, but the damage of being hit for 4 or 5 by Dynamos. The repercussions will be felt long into the night. Long into the night.
Well, I don't know what you think. You can also have your say on our Facebook page there where we are coming to you live, and also on our YouTube channels. You can also go onto our Twitter and our Instagram, and let's get talking there about this particular game. What do you think? Give us your prediction also of what the game is likely going to turn out to be. It's Dynamos against Caps United, one of the biggest games in this country. If you're watching us from outside of Zimbabwe, this is one of the biggest games that we wait for all year round, and they play each other at least 4 or so times, and this is the first one that we're going to be witnessing. And now I'm going to cross over to the National Sports Stadium and just to get some feel of what is happening before the big match gets to start.
It is the Harare Derby right here at the National Sports Stadium, and you have it live on Zim Papers Television Network. It's Ash Tikiwa and Lance Chihande. Hey, we're both here. It's a special game. It'll take the two of us as well to talk about it right here today, Lance. Huh?
Well, yeah, definitely, Ash. I'm super psyched up for this one. It is Caps versus Dynamos, and one thing that I needed to mention was the weather. It's constantly changing here at the National Sports Stadium. And right now I'm in my scarf. Earlier at some point I actually removed it. But that's the chills and the jitter that we need for this big match. But one of the key players that we'll be looking into this match is, of course, at Caps United. We've got Ishu, Wadi and Ronald Chitio. Ronald Chitio, a former Dynamos player there. He will be looking to run things around in the midfield, feeding Wadi, and also having better options for Coach Darlington Dodo to dismantle Dynamos on top of Group 1.
Oh yeah, for the opposite side, for Dynamos. Well, they made 2 changes today, an unchanged sign for Caps. One Mtunza starts his first game. And then we've got Newman Sianchali. He had to cross from Bulawayo to come through to Harare to experience the Harare Derby. He's in. He starts ahead of Albert Ewonde, Tanaka Chidoba, the skillful player with dribbles. He's not in. He couldn't dribble his way into the starting lineup. He's on the bench. One Mtunza starts in his place. So 2 changes for Dynamos, none for Caps United. And And then you've got, a player like Newman Sianchali. They will be demanding goals from him. So it's going to be a big test for him. Let's see what happens in this Harare derby. It's not about form. It's a special game that always very unpredictable, just like the weather. Just like Lance said, we've had the sun and then it goes out again and then it's chilly and so forth, just like the game today. Well, for the two sides, I can tell you this. They're both unbeaten in this group. Dynamos and Caps United. 7 points for Dynamos, 5 for Caps United. Caps are no longer in second place. They're in third place. Harare City won yesterday, so they're a point above them. Caps have conceded 4 goals, leaking goals. Dynamos haven't conceded a single goal yet. So both have scored 5. Top goal scorers in this Harare group. And they say it's the biggest game in this Harare group so far.
Should we say it's the biggest game in this Harare group, or it's the biggest game in the country? Very debatable there from Ash Tikiwa. But also looking at the Caps United side, man of the match from match day 3 was Brandon Mpofu. He's actually in. He's the left back. He's going to be looking to be performing, whipping in the balls and defending the same way he was. Well, Bill Antonio, there are higher chances that he will be in the starting lineup as well. And we also understand that King Nadolo for Dynamos is on the bench. So it's a big match, Ash.
It definitely is a big match. You talk about Bill Antonio, he's 18 years old, only 3 caps for Dynamos, so he earns his 3rd cap today, and already it's a derby. An 18-year-old, the captain of Prince Edward Athletics team, but this is probably his biggest cap, his biggest anything on his CV right now, playing in the Harare derby. So a player like that, you've got Tondra Ndirai, who learned at Prince Edward. He's been in the derbies before. He's had his fair share as coach, as a player. So you probably give them a few words. Shadrick Nyawa also starts today, comes through from Malawi Chiefs. He scored 2 goals on debut. He starts his first Harare derby, so it is something special. A first cap as well for Zim Papers Television Network. There's only one place you will find the biggest game in Harare. That is live on Zim Papers Television Network, on our Facebook page, on ZTN, on YouTube as well. So it is a special game and a special moment as well for these players, for this channel as well. So we can't wait. Thanks so much for tuning in. We had I guess we were called a curtain raiser early on. Yard and ZPC wouldn't want to hear that. But as far as the crowd is concerned and the audience, no fans today, but everyone is connected and tuned in, and with good reason. It's the first Harare derby of 2021. I can't wait for this one, man.
I also cannot wait for it. So let's log in and bring in the numbers on the platform. But right now, as we build up to the great Harare derby, we have our coaches coming up.
Well, it's match day 4 here, and we are following the proceedings at the National Sports Stadium. The Lance and our man Ash Tikiwa, they were on the pitch side. They will be hearing from the coaches really soon, and I think Ash will be ready very soon to give us those interviews with the coaches. But very briefly, gentlemen, what do you think would be the coaches? I think Ash is ready for us there. Yeah, let's just try and switch once again and catch up with Ash.
The dribbler couldn't dribble past Tondra Ndirai and his thoughts and getting to the starting lineup. Those are the 2 changes, coach. Let's start there. I mean, you've made 2 changes. Caps are unchanged. Tell me the motivation and what's the approach for today?
Basically, I think we look at performances. It's what you put in, which is really going to determine whether you're going to play in the next match or not. So I think in terms of Chidoba, I think he has been a little bit down. He hasn't really been himself. So we thought perhaps since he's a youngster who is just coming, it would be important for us to rest him, you know, and to allow him to really refocus and re-energize. And then of course on Newman, he's a former Caps United player, no doubt. So he understands that system quite well. So that is our thinking behind. But obviously, when you are a striker, we want you to score. It's as simple as that. You are employed to score. So Albert didn't score in his last game, and he was also really not himself. So we thought, since we have quite a number of strikers in our ranks, why not try someone else? And what a time to try Newman Sianchali against his former team.
What a time to start in the derby. Coach, for you, joint top goal scorers with Caps in this group so far, 5 goals. But you haven't leaked any goals. Best defense in this team, and you have the same lineup, the same defense you've started with. The key thing for me, you said you were not yourselves on Thursday against the ZPC Kariba side, even though you won. But these games, it's either you score or it's a goalless draw. You know, what did you tell the boys today? Because you need goals, you know, to win this game. And what do you tell the boys as well, games like these?
Look, in this early part of the tournament, you want to collect as many points as possible, so that when we play the reverse fixtures, you are not really under so much pressure. So that is the thinking behind all this. I mean, if you keep a clean sheet, chances are that you can draw the game or win it. Draw and at least pick up a point, and then of course, if you push hard, you can get a win. And I think we have done that in the past matches. We have scored in all the other 2 matches except the Renthouse match. So that is the thinking behind. We still have a long way to go. So we cannot be careless. We cannot risk. So that's the thinking behind. So we want to be solid, and at the same time encourage win. I understand we've got some enterprising players, exciting players who can do the job for us up front there. With a not so good match on the last time. But I think you saw how we scored that goal. So keep it tight at the back and allow and release the forwards to do their thing.
All right, Coach, before I let you go, yesterday a guy with a 3-piece suit won his first game of the group. I'm thinking the 3-piece suit is there today. Confirm.
It is there.
It is there.
You will
okay.
see it.
You will look dapper. That's the coach, Tonda Ndre. I'll let you go.
Thank you very
beat
much.
your team, man.
Thank
All the
much.
best
Thank
for this
you.
game. All right, that's the coach. The Dynamos coach, Tonda Ndre. His opposite number, Darlington Dodo for Caps United. Yeah, they are sharing a few, I guess it's a hug behind, the Chibuku billboard. He comes through. The coach for Caps United, Darlington Dodo. Coach, how are you doing? Great to have you here. You've made an unchanged side, for this game, this Harare derby, from the side that beat Rentals. You've trusted your team. The same defense that has leaked 4 goals. What has been the message to your defenders ahead of this game?
Yeah, thank you so much. But it's actually not the same defense that has leaked in 4 goals. Actually, we made some changes soon after the first game.
Against Yada.
Yeah. And the previous game, I give them credit because they did not concede in open play, but it was through a penalty. And they managed to defend. We were solid. We played the way we wanted defensively, which was very, very good. Yeah.
You've talked about character, your team coming through, even coming from behind. You've led for just, 22 minutes, I think, in the CHIBUKU Super Cup so far. But you've talked about character and passion and commitment. I guess that is the emphasis for today's game for your boys, huh?
Yeah, of course. That is how we are building our team. We want to have a team that has got, that is big in terms of character. A team that does not give in so easily. We have to find solutions when things are not good for us. And that is exactly what we're preaching to these boys.
All right. Speaking of preaching, what do you tell these boys? For some of them, Harare Derby, they're experiencing. It's not your first. You've been in so many. But what's the message for this game? Sometimes they say you can be a hero if you do well in these kinds of games.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
If you do well in such games, you become a hero. And heroes are made in such type of games. And these boys, they really know. And from the way we were preparing, they've got the zeal. They are willing to do the job. And I just wish they do deliver for the Caps family. And that is my wish as well. And I'm very, very hopeful that we'll do it for them.
Very hopeful. The zeal is there.
Yeah.
I like playing with, names and words. Darlington Toro, the coach, you win. You could be the darling of the Caps fans today. I'll release you. Hey, go be with your team. All the best for today's game. We'll talk after the game.
Thank you.
That's the Caps coach, Darlington Dodo. You've heard from the two coaches. Tondra and Raya saying it's all about what you put in. So he's made 2 changes to that side. Newman and Charlie starts. One Mtunza also starts. Unchanged sign for Caps United. 3 out of the 4 games, this defense, but it has been leaking goals. So we'll see what happens. Well, moments before kickoff, Caps United versus Dynamos here at the National Sports Stadium.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on ZTN. And that was Ash Tikiwa. They're talking to the coaches, Darlington Dodo. Ash saying that if he wins today, he'll be a darling of the Caps United family. And of course, Tonderai Ndiraya. Anotondera ire kushika zvinhu zvafamba nasi against Caps United. Marco, your take there from the statements, changes coming through from Dynamos, but largely the same formidable
I think
team.
Good explanation, Tanaka Judoba. You're playing for Dynamos. You're carrying number 10. You need to perform. If you don't perform, you've got Joan Mutuza on the bench. So, I mean, it's simple. Newman and Charlie against Caps United, you would want to score. He's an elder statesman. You want Craig. So, and then he knows those guys with the Ronyenyes and stuff, so he knows what to do. For Caps United, do you fix what's not broken? No, you don't. So, I mean, it's not surprising at all, not surprising at all.
Darlington Dodo not changing much in his charges today. Do you think that's a good idea coming into such a huge match?
Yeah, I think when I worked with Darlington Dodo, at Gunners, he always wanted continuity. So it was difficult for you if you get out of his team for you to come back. It was going to be very, very difficult. So I think he's just doing the same thing. He knows that combinations are built when players play for a long time together. So I think he did the correct thing there. For Tondera Ndiraya, I would say the Sianchali issue, I think Sianchali deserves to play. He's very aggressive. The last team that he played for was Caps. So he really knows the defenders that he's going to be playing against. He knows their weaknesses. He's been with them for a long time. So who else to lead the attack? So I think, and also Dodo was saying this is when names are made. Yeah, for some of us when we were playing versus Dynamos, Cape Highlanders would always want to score because you know that's when you always be at the back page if you score against those big teams. So it's another inspiration for those players playing today.
For the big page. It's really
didn't know.
We have no idea. Now we are happy. Now we are happy.
Of course, definitely.
Yeah, you've given him at least the understanding to tell his great children that look, I used to write, and this gentleman would play to be in my back page.
If you are playing for a small club. How else will you be noticed if you don't score against Dynamos Highlanders or Caps? So that if people have to notice you, you need to perform in those big games. Yeah.
Well, big games it is, and another big game that is happening across the country. Chila Moya up against Bulawayo City. It's 1-0 there. We understand the skipper, Ariel Sibanda, scored in the 85th minute from the penalty spot. So they lead by 1-0. I think that game is almost wrapping up now because he scored about 5 minutes ago in the 85th minute, which means they had about 5 minutes to play there. But they are not really the Highlanders that we know. Really, something is definitely off.
It doesn't matter now.
The win is important.
What Highlanders need to do now is to make sure that they get into the next round of the competition.
Yep.
July 1 is coming. When the transfer window opens, you register your Joster, and you're good to go. Just make sure you survive.
The idea is to survive, and we're going to be crossing over to the National Sports Stadium for what we would like to term a humdinger of a match. Quick one, guys. I've got 30 seconds. Marco, I want you to call the game today. Caps United, Dynamos, scoreline at the end of the day?
It's a draw.
It's a draw?
1-1.
1-1. Yeah. Wadi and who?
Wadi and Sian Charlie.
Yoko?
1-0 Caps.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really brave. Who's going to score?
I wouldn't give it to anyone, but Caps is going
probably
to score.
An on goal. From Diamond Bula. Well, my call is that it's going to be a very, very beautiful game of football. Let's get to find out from Howard Msonza and Steve Vickers. They will tell us how this game will pan out.
Yeah, in Zimbabwe, been a bit of sunshine earlier on, but cloudy and a chilly breeze is blowing around the National Sports Stadium as these two famous rivals face off for the first time since November 2019. It's a Group 1 contest in the CHIBUKU Super Cup. Caps hosting Dynamos, although all of the Harare games being played here at the National Sports Stadium. Still, the surface is looking super. Wonderful shot of the area around the stadium and Warren Park suburb. But this is going to be, on paper, a cracking game. Cloudy conditions. 19 degrees the maximum today, and it's getting cooler by the minute as well, even colder in other parts of the country. As I say, there is a bit of wind here, and this stadium is always a bit colder than the rest of the city as well, because of the fact that the wind can blow all around here. So Caps United are the hosts. Great scenes before the game as some of the matches, there have been short warm-ups from the teams, but they took no chances this time around. Both came out by 2:20 to have a full 30-minute warm-up, and there were nice exchanges between the opposing players when Dynamos came out second and did a jog around the pitch. But then after that, Howard, we saw them trying to out-shout each other as they started their warm-ups.
Yeah, it was a scene straight probably from some African movie, you know. They were trying to compete who was making the most noise. But look at those key players, Wadi and Chitio for Caps United. I think coming into this game, a lot is expected from the two.
Most definitely, Wadi with 3 goals so far. The main striker today is Tinashe Balakasi, so Wadi playing down one of the flanks, but he will add a lot to them going forward. So it looks like a decent strike force that Caps United have. Joseph Tulani playing down the other flank, but Ishmael Wadi has been in fantastic form. The boys in blue, Patson Jaure captaining them again today. Shadrach Nyawa, 2 goals in that 4-0 win last weekend over Yada. He's got to be a player to watch. Dynamos superb a week ago, but ground out a 1-0 victory over ZPC Kariba on Thursday. So Nyawa playing in midfield, looking athletic, looking fit, and looking like a potential match winner.
Yeah, potential match winner for Dynamos, but coming into this game, Steve, look, both teams undefeated in this campaign, although Dynamos are leading the group after picking 7 points. And Caps are second with 5, so that means Caps have got more draws. Dynamos have got 2 wins and 1 draw. And I think another thing on Dynamos' side, they are yet to concede in this tournament. They've kept a clean sheet, and Caps let in 4 goals, you know, in their 3 games so far. So that says a lot about probably the 2 defenses, even extending to the goalkeepers. So yeah, we've got a lot on our hands today.
Yeah, clean sheets really do say a lot. So Dynamos have not been breached in all of their 3 games so far. So that's something very much in their favour. Looks as though Caps have probably got better as this tournament has gone along. This is match day 4, so the pitch continues to be in wonderful condition, probably the best that it's ever been, I would say. Caps in the traditional green. They have worn yellow as their home colours last weekend in their most recent home fixture, but they have to be the green machine today to Kepe Bora. Ishmael Wadi, 92. Watch out for him, most definitely. as Caps come into this with no changes. Valentine Musaruro is still on the injury list for them. Brandon Mpofu seems to be cementing his position as the left back for them. Joseph Tulani from Mushuani playing down the flank, and Enoch Marembo, formerly of Yada, is anchoring the defence. So watch out too for Rono Chitio. No goals as yet, but if he rediscovers his form, he can be very, very dangerous here today for Caps United.
Yeah, so I was just looking at that Caps United team, and look, Brendan Mpofu coming in. Obviously, their preferred left back is Valentine Musaruro, but because of the injury, they've got to look somewhere else. But I love what Brendan has done so far.
He's really impressed, very speedy down that left flank. Dynamos make 2 changes. These were, in fact, how they did make their substitutions last time. So Newman Sianchali, he replaces Albert Ayonde in the starting lineup today, and Juan Mutudza, he replaces Tanaka Chidoba. As I say, those substitutions were made in the last game that they played against ZPC midweek, and Coach Tondra Andara sticking with them there. So Caps United getting ready to go. Tonderai Mateo Unga in goal for them. He's a former Dynamos keeper, as once again Dynamos will do their traditional pre-match ritual.
Yeah, just watch out for the war cry after that prayer. Is it a prayer or the goal line?
That's what they say, isn't it? Nobody really knows what they say there.
Yeah, so just to to buttress the fact that it's a big game. You see the big boys coming out. Brighton Chimene taking charge of the game today.
Big referee Brighton Chimene. He's assisted by Tafanzwa Nkala and Kanjimbo. Grace Jimu is the 4th official. There's the war cry.
Yeah, it's exciting times, and look. Building up to this game, the wins that we saw, one for Caps and one for Dynamos, well, probably pointing to a very exciting game. Look, earlier on, there was a game and ZPC won over Yada. Very entertaining game. So I hope whatever left off from that game is also going to spill into this game.
Absolutely, yes. And last we heard Highlanders leading Boulogne City by 1-0 at Barber Fields. And Brighton Chimene gets the latest edition of the Harare Derby underway. The only thing that's missing here at the National Sports Stadium is you, but greetings to you, wherever you're watching from around Zimbabwe or indeed around the world. It's a huge one, this, in the CHIBUKU Super Cup. Thanks for joining us on the ZTN YouTube channel, Facebook page. We're live too on the Star FM Facebook page. Caps in the green, of course, attacking the goal to your left. Dynamos playing in the blue colours. And the last Harare Derby more than a year and a half ago, that was in November 2019. So how we have waited for games like this. We also await the Battle of Zimbabwe, maybe sometime along the way in this CHIBUKU Super Cup, or maybe we'll get a Caps Highlanders in the knockout stage. We shall see.
But just going back to November 2019, a lot of things have changed. And you look at Newman Sianchali, he was the one who scored that decisive goal for Caps United as they beat Dynamos by 1-0. Now, he's 10 blue.
And we heard from Tondra Andara, the Dynamos coach. That's one of the reasons why he's starting with Sianchali today in that centre striking position for Dynamos. Caps with the better of the early exchanges. Blessing Sarupinda, though, just a shutout by Emmanuel Jalai. God knows Murwira playing in a wing-back position for Dynamos, so Dynamos haven't worked it into the Caps half as yet. Here's Carlos Mavurume with the green plaster there. That's certainly good dress sense. Can they slip through here? Onside, big chance here for Caps. Oh, it could have been 1-0. The flag stayed down. Joseph Tulani had a great opportunity.
I think the goalkeeper did well there as he came out just to narrow the angle.
And the touch a bit too much from Tulani. Mvula has got injured with his gallant duties there. Wow, just 2 minutes in, Caps could have taken the lead. Good running that from Joseph Tulani, the winger who they've got from Mushwani Stars, and Tondra Ndaraya, his team yet to concede a goal. But he'll be a bit concerned about that because we've seen Caps United pressurising in the opening 2 minutes.
Yeah, because we have seen, you know, both teams in the other games. I think for Dynamos, it was only against Yada that they dominated right from the beginning. But all the other games, they started slowly. Even Caps United, remember that 2-0 draw against Yada? They started very slow, only to come back in the second half. So them starting like this, I think it's a huge statement. They really want this.
Yeah, they certainly do. So Tinashe Balakasi is the main striker, Sarupinda and Chitio in midfield. He took his shot as best he could and collided with Timon Mvula. That's how he got injured. So all Caps in the very early exchanges here at the National Sports Stadium. It's a foul on Bill Antonio, who created the goal, which went down as an own goal in the 1-0 win against ZPC Kariba. Very fast winger. 18-year-old Bill Antonio. That was quite a push from Brandon and Pofu. So free kick deservedly given. That's Ishmael Wadi in the yellow boots, 92. Player still down for Dynamos. Antonio is hurt. Okay, he's up. We can see the free kick taken. Partson Jaure is going to put it into a dangerous area for Dynamos. It's Jaure. That's well dealt with by Mavurume. Now here's God knows Murwera at left back for Dynamos. Enjoying his football this season is Murwera. And it's Sarupinda who tried to keep it in. The ball has gone out for a corner.
Yeah, I think good pressure from God knows Murwera. Yes, the cross initially didn't come, but look, when you get a corner kick out of it, it's more like you've gotten another chance to put in that cross.
Most definitely, especially with a Murwera. Great from these set pieces. It's a good in swinger. So after the early Caps pressure, Dynamos creating their own chance. That's one Mutudza with the touch, 11 for Dynamos, playing down the left flank. So as Howard was saying, November 2019, Caps 1, Dynamos 0 at Rufaro Stadium. Newman Sianchali scoring for Caps, and he's now a boy in blue. The other PSL League game that season was a 1-1 draw. Simba Nivi and Joel Ngodzo scoring. And then go back to 2018. We saw Caps beating Dynamos by a 1-0. Denver Mukamba scored for Caps. That was here. I remember that game. Denver really shone. And the other game in 2018, Dynamos beat Caps 2-1. With Valentine Cadonjo for Dynamos, Joel Ngodzo, and a blast from the past. Kingston and Carter scored on that day in 2018. So some memorable derbies, Howard.
Yeah, memorable derbies. And look, if you want to go back in history, Steve, you see that it was very difficult, you know, for players to cross the flow from Dynamos to Caps. But it has happened quite often over the past couple of years. Sifas Chimedza did it, and now we're seeing Newman Sianchali also doing it. Quite a number of players have just crossed the floor, and now it's kind of something that the players are used to now.
Yeah, so most notably today, it's Newman Sianchali for Dynamos, formerly of Caps. I had to think hard when I was putting my stats together, looking through my records. Kingston and Carter for Dynamos came back from South Africa just a few months and didn't really yield much beside that goal, really, did he?
Yeah, things didn't really work according to what he had expected. And there was a lot of pressure. I remember Dynamos were struggling, and people thought he was the savior. And it didn't work out.
He was a big name signing. Here's Emmanuel Jalai now for Dynamos, so 7 minutes played. Jaure tries the route one ball towards Nyawa. That's a foul on Blessing Sarupinda.
Yeah, that's a duel that probably we're going to see the whole afternoon, Nyawa and Sarupinda.
So that was a physical challenge, yep. And both have box-to-box roles. Nyenye for Caps. He's playing at right back. Chitio's touch. Wanted to exchange with Joseph Tulani. We have seen Dynamos playing it around at the back with measured build-ups in their games so far in this tournament. The 2021 CHIBUKU Super Cup. Murwira tries a long ball. Juan Mutudza's quite mobile in midfield for Dynamos in these early exchanges.
So a lot is expected from Juan Mutudza, Barnabas Mushunja as well, because they need to create for Sianchali up front. So we'll see how they do it, but Caps will also tell you that Karembo is right there. He will be try to thwart anything that will come from these guys. But if you go back again to all the Dynamos players, games that we have seen in this CHIBUKU Super Cup, Dynamo struggling a bit with Trevor Mavunga, not really shielding the defense well. So we'll see how he does with Ronald Chitio.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Tough tackle that from Joseph Tulani. Enoch Karembo playing as defensive mid for Caps. He certainly has looked quite combative in these games so far. Here's Sianchali now. That just needed a touch. Mushunje was there. Good work from Newman Sianchali. So Sianchali relegates Albert Ayondi to the bench today. There's Sarupinda. Now, he got past Carlos Mavurume, who's a key central defender for Caps, so they'll have to watch Newman Sianchali. Now there's Enoch Karembo. Brandon Mpofu from Bulawayo Chiefs playing well in green for Caps so far in the matches he's played. Chitio holds on to it, but he's given it to Emmanuel Jalai. Touch from Antonio. There's not much space being given away. Karembo to Wadi. Good positioning from Blessing Sarupinda, but well defended that by Mutudza, who's doing a lot of running in the early stages. Jalai now for Chazunguza. Sianchali. Oh, Jalai a touch slow. Here's Trevor Mavunga. Yeah, a lot of out-muscling so far in the game. 10 minutes played, goalless. Emmanuel Jalai played well last time against ZPC Kariba.
So Dynamos really missed Jalai in their first game, and he came back, took his place, and a lot will be expected from him.
Most definitely. Now here's Bill Antonio. Hasn't gone on one of his runs yet today because Caps are keeping an eye on him. Balakassi, the centre forward, back deep in his own half. No Caps player now in the Dynamos half. Yeah, it's cagey stuff now. The Harare derby back. That was a touch from Balakassi. Caps like him as a centre forward because of his stature, Howard.
Yeah, he's big. Look, we've seen traditional centre forwards who are big. They can shield the ball and just hold up play and allow the other players to come into play. So, yeah, this is what probably most teams are trying. I was watching ZPC Kariba. They've got Paul Chiramba up front. He's also big. Quite a number of these teams have got huge players like that. Dynamos have got Albert Yonda. He's on the bench today, but he's equally big.
And here comes Bill Antonio. Creates a goal-scoring opportunity. Wow. Caps under pressure there. Now Jalai. They've got to watch Bill Antonio because of his pace. Good pass too. And Tanaka Tafa doing the defending. They got him from Mushwani Stars.
Even without fans in the stands, it's always tense whenever Dynamos and Caps United play.
Yeah, imagine that's with a 30,000 crowd. But we can share it with you on the ZTN Facebook page, YouTube channel, and on the Star FM page too. The thrill of the Harare derby. Enoch Karembo to Brendan Pofu. He's given it away. Trevor Mavunga. Well, Barnabas Mushunje's been influential so far for Dynamos in this competition. Here's Sian Charlie. Chance for Dynamos. Taffa gets it away. And Sarupinda just wanted to boot it out of the danger zone. So these are the fans. Well, these are officials.
Yes, official / fan.
Yeah. This is the lowest crowd ever for the Harare derby. Antonio just testing the Caps defence. Muruira, he's given it away. Tulani towards Chitio. Seeing 1 or 2 stray passes here, actually. Mutudza continues to be mobile. They've given it away to Wadi. Error from Mavunga. Ishmael Wadi for Caps. Still he goes. Right on the edge of the box. That is a free kick. Wadi are brought down by the captain, Partson Jaure.
Yeah, it was more for obstruction because, you know, Wadi can be tricky. So you got to do anything to stop him. So I think Jaure did well there to block him. Otherwise, it would be a totally different story right now.
There have been a lot of erroneous passes in the game so far. We are bundled up warm here, as you can see. You need to wear a coat this time of the year when you come to the National Sports Stadium, as it really is very chilly indeed here. So Partson Jaure injured. Brighton Chimene had no doubt about that, and it's right on the edge of the box. Jaure just had to do that for the team, get in the way of Ishmael Wadi. Stretcher is coming on, though he's going to hobble off by the looks of it. Yeah, bundled up, warm in these cold conditions. Okay, so we've played 15 minutes. It's pretty central, this free kick as well. Caps have not taken the lead in the competition so far, have they?
No, they've just, you know, come from behind. Instances they have won. And I remember the other game, they were trailing 2-0. They scored 2 goals in the second half.
And they came back in great style. So Munyaradzi Dironyenye, one of the players there, Blessing Sarupinda, is there too. Chitio's out to the right. Sarupinda straight into the wall. Second chance for Nyenye. Now Karembo. Shadrach Nyawa got in the way. Player down again. Got a bruising contest. Newman Sianchali. Oh, that is painful for Newman Sianchali.
Yeah, that's really painful.
And I don't know if the ball went straight into him from that free kick, because it was a ferocious one. Ish.
So I think this is one area, Steve, that I think most Zimbabwean teams need to work on. You get a set piece, you know, on the edge of the box. Surely you should make that count, or at least hit the target.
I know. I remember a game we were here at the National Sports Stadium years back. Let's just see that against Sarupinda. Yeah, he goes down straight away, does a Sianchali. Remember a Zimbabwe-Guinea match. Remember that one, Howard? Guinea got a free kick right at the start of the game. It was the other end, but pretty much the same position, and they converted and took a 1-0 lead early on, and that was how the game finished there, with one of their star players getting the goal. I think it was Ibrahima Traore, the Germany-based striker. So if you can convert those, they're almost like penalties, those free kicks right on the edge. Enoch Karembo for Caps. Now Wadi's proving to be very mobile, gets into a good area again, Ishmael Wadi. Support from Pofu. Headed away by Jowry, not very far though. Blessing Sarupinda. Opportunity maybe for Caps. Wadi! Straight at Timon Vula. That is a shot on target as national team coach Ravko Logorusic watches on. And he's got to be impressed, I think, with Ismail Wadi. Sarupinda, that was defence splitting, but Tulani was too far back.
Yeah, I think it's key that you...
Good bustling play that from Sarupinda.
Yeah. So I was saying it's key that you're talking about players like Ismail Wadi, because then you look at these players, Ismail Wadi, you look at Chitio, and you wonder, we had a team that went to the African Nations Championship in January, and these players are missing, yet they are the best players on the domestic scene. You wonder what was really going on. So it's a good thing the coach is here, and he is watching most of these players.
No doubt. Did I see national team manager William Pandari next to him?
They are always together. So I'm pretty much sure he's being told that, okay, so this player has done A, B, C, D.
And now here's Newman Sianchali back and running again. Nyawa in those dangerous areas. Mushunje. Oh, that could have deflected anywhere. Off Mutudza as Dynamos generate a chance. So 19 minutes played and 0-0. Chances are being created. God knows Murwera again will take the corner. This time it's on the other side. And Dynamos have lots of men up for this one. Caps have everybody back. It's Murwera. The whistle went twice, so I think that's going to be taken again. There was some pushing in the box. Brighton Chimene, our match referee for the derby. Biggest game in the tournament so far. Murwera. Oh dear. Don't expect that from God knows Murwera.
He's one player you think probably every time he's on the ball you get something.
He can create magic.
Yes. And to think that was a corner kick from him.
Okay, Enoch Karembo as the Caps will build it from the back. And Mpofu. Oh, Bill Antonio dispossesses. It's Antonio for Dynamo. Sianchali. Mushunje there, central. Mutudza gets a touch. And Caps defend. Here's Sarupinda. Oh, bad ball that from Blessing Sarupinda.
Good steal by Bill Antonio. I thought he was going to sprint towards goal. Maybe he was looking for a 1-2 touch with Newman Sianchali, but I thought he would have really done well because he's got speed.
Murwera with the throw. Barnabas Mushunje. Mutudza getting lots of the ball. Trevor Mavunga. I think the aim there was to get Antonio. He had his arm up, but that was well off target. So Nyenye playing at right back for Caps. Finds Balakasi. Good running there, Joseph Tulani. But it's a goal kick given. So Timon Mvula has not conceded a goal so far in the competition, but he did have that save from Ismail Wadi to make and has made a few saves along the way. Good so far for him in Group 1 of the Chibuku Super Cup. It's so good that Zimbabwean football is back, and even better that it's the Harare Derby today. These games often do not produce many goals. I know we do hype them up, but they tend to be low scoring. You'll do well to get 2-3 goals in a game like this, but you never know. There is a bit of tension. Both teams unbeaten. Both teams have not won the Chibuku Super Cup either. They both got to the semi-finals in 2018, but both went out in the first round in 2019. Tafa with the clearance. Chitio. Balakasi. Good work from Rono Chitio. And Tanaka Tafa, 27, centre-back for Caps. He's making his presence felt. So halfway through the first half. Goalless, God knows Muruera. Mvula. And Jaure. Steady build up again from Dynamos. Cianciali gets a touch. Antonio, Bel Antonio earns a corner. Brendan Pofu pretty physical with Antonio. He's clearly been instructed to keep a close eye on the winger.
Yeah, because of the speed and close ball control, he can hurt you anytime. And remember, already he's brought in 2 crosses, so that's what he can do.
And Mateo Unga, the Caps keeper with the sun in his eyes, could be dangerous. Mushunje. Good corner. Now Chitio. Is there a break on? There's only Wadi there. Ishmael Wadi. Jaure gets it. That'll be a free kick to Caps. Sun is out now and the wind has dropped a bit. Enoch Karembo, Brandon Pofu. Wadi didn't keep the ball in. Jalai now. Barnabas Mushunje and Cianciali doing good work there. Newman, Cianciali, still they go. Nyawa there, Cianciali. Tough tackles. And Mateo Unga will bring that episode of attack to an end, but somebody's got injured. I think that's Tanaka Tafa. No, it's Enoch Karembo by the looks of it. We're seeing some crunching challenges.
Yeah, they had to defend with everything they've got because Dynamos had broken free there. So earlier, the game between Highlanders and Blair City, Highlanders winning by 0-0 in at Barbourfield Stadium. So yeah, I think it's shaping up nicely, you know, as we look towards the quarterfinals.
Good going that for Highlanders. There was a player strike. They didn't train on Thursday and Friday. You can read the story in today's edition of the Sunday News. So for them to get the 3 points, good going there. There was even talk of boycotting the match completely. They wanted their salaries to be reviewed. Jaure to Frank Makarati. Most of the players in the Caps half. But can Dynamos find someone in space? It's Makarati again.
I think, yeah, it might be goalless. Steve and Caps had the best chance with that Wadi header. But I think Dynamos have controlled, ever since they came out of their shell, they've really controlled the game.
And here's Mushunje, here's Antonio. Bit of skill, Jalai now for Dynamos. Now, what's the referee make of this? It's a corner.
It's a free kick.
No, it's a free kick given.
So I think that's what we're going to see more of. I think everyone that's going to come using this route, I think Brendan Poff has just been told, just try to outmuscle whoever comes.
That's what he did, wasn't it?
So this is the same modus operandi that he's using.
Yeah.
With Bill Antonio, with Jalai.
Oh, the modus operandi. It's Mushunje who'll take it. Barnabas Mushunje. It's on target! Has it gone over the line? Dynamos celebrating as if they'd scored. Referee Brighton Ximenez says, no, this will be very interesting to review.
I think we need goal line technology here.
No, not at all. Was he behind the line, Mateo Unga, but doesn't look like the ball went behind the line. Brandon Pofu for Caps. Antonio with the crunching challenge this time, or physical challenge. Juan Mutudza and Barnabas Mushunje and Trevor Mavunga, Patson Jaure. Can't find Sian Charlie though. Shadrach Nyawa's not had much of the ball. Now here's Joseph Tulani to Enoch Karembo for Caps. Chitio, mobile as ever. Tulani, Nyenye, Balakasi, squeezed for space. Karembo. Chitio. It's Ronald Chitio's cross. Makarati deals with that one. Now is there a break on? Juan Mutudza for Dynamos. Only a second game. That's a poor pass. One thing I'm seeing here, Howard, is I see Mutudza again. Sian Charlie. Sian Charlie's ball forward. Emmanuel Jalai was closest, but he couldn't find him. So Tanaka Chidoba replaced by Juan Mutudza, and Chidoba in the previous 3 games playing down that left flank, running with the ball. But today Mutudza in for him. Very mobile and much more central.
Yeah, I think probably this is what's causing congestion in the middle of the park, because it's heavily congested there. We're not seeing any clear balls being threaded through, but I thought Dynamos were doing so well, playing using the wings.
So this time Bill Antonio's down the right wing. There's not really any left winger at the moment in Tonderai Ndiraya's setup. Patson Jaure to Emmanuel Jalai. Offensive play from Ismail Wadi, still playing on the left wing with the Balakasi, the centre striker. Bill Antonio now. Caps better watch this. No, he can't keep it in.
I think Brendan Puff needs to closely watch Bill Antonio, because any slip up, you're guaranteed that a cross will come into the box. And he's hoping that Sian Charlie will be right there.
Yep, he is a goal getter, is Newman Sian Charlie. Number 33 there with the orange boots. Tafa. Balakasi with a touch. Joseph Tulani holds it up. Chitio and Nyenye. Karembo. That was a strong challenge from Nyawa. And the free kick goes to Caps. It was taken from nowhere near where the incident happened. Yeah, Nyawa put the elbow out. Now then, Ismail Wadi for Caps. Straight to the feet of Patson Jaure. Bill Antonio, he's got space. This could be dangerous. It's Antonio now. Well, he should have picked out Sian Charlie. And now Karembo gives it away to Nyawa, Shadrach Nyawa. Sian Charlie and Mavunga. God knows Murwera. Sort of ebbing and flowing this game so far, with high tempo moments and slower tempo like this. Bill Antonio is down on the deck. That's why the ball was put out.
So good half an hour that we've seen. Sometimes, you know, it's becoming physical.
Oh, Shadrach Nyawa putting the elbow out, or elbow in, actually, I think I'd say. 32 minutes played. Caps 0, Dynamos 0. Here at the National Sports Stadium, Frank Makarati, as we share the Harare Derby with you on the ZTN Facebook page and YouTube channel. We've been looking forward to this one. It's a bit cagey at times. Muruwira tries the long ball to Antonio. Ismail Wadi and Karembo. I've hardly seen Blessing Sarupinda in the last few minutes. He is still there, but hasn't had much of the ball at all for Caps.
Yeah, I think it's due to the congestion that we were talking about, Steve, in the middle of the park, because everything that the defense is getting, they are trying to spread it wide, and every time it comes into the middle of the park, it becomes very difficult, because that's how it becomes so cagey, because they can't thread through the passes the way they want to.
Ronald Chitio, who's the player fouled. He must open up at some stage, surely. Looking for Ismail Wadi, but that'll go straight to Timon Mvula. And Trevor Mavunga, he's been pretty steady in the game so far for Dynamos. We did see an error from him earlier on.
Let's go, boys, let's go.
So ZPC Kariba beating Yada in the early kickoff here. And Highlanders 1-0 winners over Bulawayo City. Looks like Bosso and Chicken Inn are looking good at the moment in the Bulawayo group. Jaure to Nyawa. It's a physical contest. Another foul from Karembo.
And it's that fight that we were talking about. Karembo versus Nyawa. I think that's where the biggest duel is going to be between these two players.
Because if Nyawa can get the ball, anything could happen. Mateo Unga having that one save to make. Jalai to Jaure. Oh, all the way back, and Balakasi fancied his chances there. Oh, that's good play, creating pressure. Now Chitio. Dynamos nearly getting themselves in trouble.
Yeah, the defense was under pressure there.
And again, Chitio, that's well played by Frank Makarati. Mutudza, Murwira, Mushunje. Mutudza again, and Mavunga. Jalai. Jare goes long again, Nyawa. Remember a time when every player in the Dynamo starting 11 one day started with the letter M, Howard? That's 3 years back.
Yeah, that's 3 years back.
Now here's Sian Charlie, Bill Antonio. Brandon Pofu is doing well. Jalai. He's dealing with pressure down that flank. Sarupinda having to defend. There was a Dynamos team with Muparati and 11 players with their names starting with the letter M a few years back. Tondiraya with a few instructions. Like I say, these can be low-scoring games.
Yeah, but it has to open up sometimes, Steve, because it can't be this highly tactical and, you know, with a bit of physicality in it. Somehow it will open up, and we might see 1 or 2 goals, because we have seen both teams can actually score goals.
And the players must be getting fitter, although this will be 3 games inside a week with the midweek games that they played. So Mateo Unga is getting a bit of treatment. So having come back after a 1.5 year absence, playing a midweek game as well, we did hear some of the coaches saying it's too much. On the other hand, the players can really build their fitness. So one good chance for both teams so far. Ismail Wadi with a header on target for Caps. Mateo Unga having to make a save at the other end. Otherwise, it's been physical, it's been cagey.
Yeah, and even the tension with the players, I think there is no love lost between both sets of players, because the tackles that we were seeing flying in, it shows what this game means to both players.
Really rough. Jalai with the probing throw. Sian Charlie is there, but it's just put away by Tafa. Murwira. Oh. After that game last weekend, he must have thought anything is possible. He did score from nearly that far out, actually.
Yeah, he did.
But he had a run up that time last weekend.
I think he saw what Shadrack Nyawa did. And on that occasion, probably trying to say, I can also do the same thing.
All things are possible if you believe, I think is what Murwira was thinking. So Dynamos will play it across the back again, Makarati and Murwira. So strange to have the Harare derby with no fans, but great that you can watch it wherever you are around the world. Mushunje, so Wan Mutudza is playing central attacking mid at the moment, jersey 11 for Dynamos. Mushunje has been in that position in the earlier games in this group. Mavunga with the ball through, Nyawa. Now here's Bill Antonio if it comes to him. No foul, says the referee, Brighton Chimene.
Yeah, because there was a miscue in the middle of the park, and so Brendan Mpofu thought he was trying to, to shield Bill Antonio away so that ball can go out. So he didn't realize that it was his fellow player that had a touch. So it's a corner kick to Dynamos.
Fourth official, Grace Jimu, having a word with the Dynamos bench. You've got to make the most of these set pieces in games like this, really. Barnabas Mushunje. It's Mushunje. Good curler too. Mateonga pushed it away. Newman Sianchali. Murwira into the danger zone again. Trevor Mavunga. He was the one who made contact. Another corner. Dynamos pressurize. This time it'll be Murwira to take it right-footed. Decent looking one again. Mavunga was there. Oh, it's really miscued by Newman Sianchali, but Murwira, he wasn't expecting it. Did manage to at least collect the ball.
I think Sianchali did have the presence of mind there, because he had space. He just needed to hold the ball and pick his spot.
Yep. That was a bit of a chance. Here's Tafa. Now Wadi, always danger when he gets the ball. Ishmael Wadi turned well. Wadi still goes. And it's there for Caps United. It's a derby lead for Caps. Well worked. Ishmael Wadi does so well yet again. That's the moment they've been waiting for. And Caps have the advantage in the 42nd minute. Well, he's a man you've just got to watch, is Ishmael Wadi, because he can do anything with it. So good chest control, good turn. Joseph Tulani looks like he is the goal scorer. Ishmael Wadi with the assist, with the great work.
Yeah, if you give him space, he will punish you. You see the way he's just been going from the left a flank to the right flank, just looking for those pockets of spaces, and he found it on that far side. And Caps are leading at the moment.
Well, great work from Ismail Wadi. What a signing for Caps. And the finish from Joseph Tulani, who was playing for Mushwani Stars back in 2019 and gets a derby goal today. It really was excellent work from Ismail Wadi. Great chest control. So we have a goal in the Harare derby. That's going to up the tempo. He got the job done there, did Tulani, with his finish. How will Dynamos respond? What a time to score just before the break as well. There's Nyenye, Nyawa, C and Charlie, Newman C and Charlie. Yeah, a lot of physical contact. He's conceded a free kick. Well, great going that from Joseph Tulani. Finishing off with excellent work from Wadi.
And what a time to score for Caps United. You know, you're going for the halftime breather and you go leading by goal to nil. Well, anything can still happen, but this was a good time to score.
Most definitely. Oh, they've got to watch Wadi, Chalai. Almost a sense of panic there, just wanted to put it out. Strong and mobile is Ismail Wadi. So this means Caps have taken the lead for the first time in the 2021 Chibuku Super Cup. It means Dynamos have conceded for the first time. Diraya won't be happy about that. Brandon Mpofu with the long throw. Mavunga headed away. Karembo. No clean sheet for Chazunguza today. And here's Shadrach Nyawa. There's a free kick for Dynamos just outside the box.
And you know the player without even looking. Because where there's Shadrach Nyawa, Ines Karembo is also there. So you certainly know who committed that foul.
On his mission. So the 45 minutes are up. We've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. Wow. So still time for Dynamos to pull level before the break. Mushunje, Murwero, Mutudza. They're the three players behind the ball. Murwera moves aside. Mushunje deflects, and it's in for Dynamos! Dynamos strike back straight away. Barnabas Mushunje. It took a big deflection. Tonderai Mateunga wouldn't have known where that was going. They have responded. Barnabas Mushunje in first half stoppage time. Dynamos level in the derby.
It took a wicked deflection. The goalkeeper thought it was going the other way, and in the end, oh my word. You know, because he had really committed himself.
Yeah. Oh, he just could not respond there. He'd gone to his left and the ball eventually deflects to his right. Wow. The derby is alight. Loads to talk about in the studio at half-time as we bring you the action here live on ZTN. Well, you might say a lucky goal, but that's football, isn't it? Eh?
Yeah, that's football. A goal can come from anything.
And certainly he took the free kick well, but Mateunga really was very upset. But it happens. So into the final minute of first half stoppage time, as things have heated up at a Chile National Sports Stadium. Chitio gives chase, but he won't get there. Hasn't really stamped his authority in this first half, Ronald Chitio. Oh, Wadi. Sarupinda, he loses out. Jalai now. Well then, excitement coming in the closing minutes. Joseph Tulani on 41 for Caps. And Dynamo's Barnabas Mushunje equalising in first half stoppage time. We are set up for an exciting second 45. It was a game, first half, with crunching challenges, not much space being given away. But Tulani with great work from Ismail Wadi, getting the opening goal, putting Caps ahead. And Dynamo's coming straight back with Barnabas Mushunje.
So I think, going to the halftime break, both teams will be satisfied because, you know, the situation that was there. I know for Tundra Indra, he didn't want to go to the halftime breather, you know, trailing, because it was going to make it very difficult coming back into the game. But a situation like this, we are back to square one.
Well, Dynamos will be very happy that Mushunje on the right there got that goal. We go for the break here at the National Sports Stadium, and it's Caps United 1, Dynamos 1.
Investments is your friend for all your steel products and roofing sheets. From IBR galvanized and chromadeck roofing sheets, universal beams, deformed bars, angle irons, mesh wire, mild steel channels, mild and Binox steel plates, puke pipes, tubes, barbed wire, and much more. We cut your sheets to specific sizes. We deliver all big orders for free in Harare and charge just diesel and toll gate for out of Harare orders. We also do cutting and bending of deformed bars on site. Visit us at 346 Affirmative Way, Willowvale, or gate number 8 Mbare, Magaba, and number 1 Easterman's Place, also in Magaba. For Mbare, call us on 0788 930 550 up to 555, and Willowvale at 0788 930 556 up to 561. Email us on steelmate.investments@gmail.com or marketing@steelmate.co.zw.
As you stay safe, you can still order your golden, crispy chicken in favorites at any Chicken Inn drive-thru, or order from the comfort of your home through the Dial a Delivery app and enjoy delicious meals with family. For a socially distanced pickup, use the curbside collection and we'll deliver to your car for convenience. And of course, you can simply walk into any Chicken Inn and order your takeaway to go. Always maintain social distance. COVID is real. Chicken Inn. Love that chicken.
Is your business or home energy use costing you too much money to run during the day? Are you constantly spending money on replacing your solar system batteries? Do you need financing assistance to acquire or upgrade your solar electric system? Well, you have come to the right place. We are Solar Shack. Call or WhatsApp us today at the Solar Shack and let us give you a power solution to all your energy problems. With professional spare designs and installations backed with financing facilities. Also, visit our new branch, number 76 Churchill Avenue, Alex Park, Harare, for our exciting specials. Solar Shack, giving you energy naturally.
We are at halftime where we are seeing a derby. This is the Harare derby. Caps United up against the Dynamos. And what we can tell you, of course, is that it is 1-1 at halftime. And we had called it here that it's going to be a draw, whichever way. But I see someone who's already lost that one. That's Momo, one of my analysts here today in studio. He had called it 1-0 to Caps. And, you know, before we went, he had gotten it right. What I got right was that there was going to be an on goal. And, of course, there was an on goal from Emmanuel Jalai. But what a beautiful move it was there from Ismail Wadi, forcing Jalai to make that mistake and tune it into his own net. And Dynamos responded right away in the 45th minute there with a goal from Barnabas Mushunje scoring for Dynamos. Gentlemen, what a humdinger of a match. We did call it that it was going to be very difficult. Mo, your take so far?
It is an exciting match. End-to-end stuff and a little bit of more of Dynamos because they were getting more corners there and very dangerous in set pieces. And you saw the goal. It was actually Barnabas Msunje, the wicked deflection. Nothing what the keeper could do to stop that one. Mm-hmm. But what I liked most was when Dynamos got behind, they really managed to keep on playing, build up, until they got their equalizer.
They forced the error then.
They forced the error.
Yeah, Marco, your take on this game. Dynamos has been bombarding Caps United. I think the first 28 minutes absolutely belonged to Dynamos. And Caps United, a bit of flashes here and there.
But Dynamos have been predictable.
Yeah?
Biu Antonio. Mm-hmm. It would appear that they've only one flank that's working in terms of offensive. That is the right flank. On the other hand, you seem to have three central midfielders. Nyawa, Mutudza, Mushunje as well.
Yeah.
So who has the job of tracking down Dironyenye down the flank? In the second minute, Caps United attacked that through that left flank, and they scored through that flank again. So structurally, there's something wrong with the Dynamos. And for Caps United to concede the way they did, I mean, look, the war should have been tighter. There's no questions about it. You have just scored. Consolidate, you're about to go to half-time. The team talk now has changed because Dynamos are in the sentence.
Mm-hmm. Well, we were watching the game there between Caps United and Dynamos. 1-0, 1-0 at halftime there. And Dynamos getting that equalizer right at the stroke of halftime. And we're going to be showing you some highlights packages as well as to how those goals came by. But more, we saw a bit of a tired Caps United somewhere in the middle there at some point for the first 28 minutes of the game. Dynamos completely dominated things here, and as Marco is rightfully putting it, that left flank for Dynamos slightly quiet, but nothing much really coming through from Caps United except for that attack.
I think why Dynamos is overloading the right is because that's where they have got the youngster Bill Antonio, who is not afraid of anyone. He's actually playing very well, and also Emmanuel Jalai. These are speedy players. So definitely you would expect quite a lot of movement from that.
Look at that goal that Dynamos have conceded. I think there's something wrong with Jalai's feet.
Yeah, he was flat-footed.
There's
he definitely was flat-footed, and he was looking in the wrong direction.
Wrong with his feet.
And he was looking at the wrong direction.
There's nothing wrong with Jalai's
feet.
No.
Stop.
He was flat-footed.
He's right-footed.
There's the Dynamos goal.
Yes, he's right-footed. What would you expect from the goalkeeper there? Nothing. It was a wicked deflection.
I would have expected a tighter goal.
But it was.
Who is responsible for making sure the wall is tight? It is the goalkeeper.
Yeah. But that wall was tight. It's a deflection. Come on. Yeah, it's a deflection.
I hope we have another look at it.
It's just a wicked deflection. It happens. The wall was quite tight. It was okay. it's unfortunate.
It doesn't have to be okay. It has
Mo
to be
is calling it tight.
and from there, you see, July.
It has to be tighter than that. I think so too. But it was a deflection at the end of the day. And of course, I have to go for a break, gentlemen. When we come back, we discuss this Dynamos goal and the way the wall was positioned. I think there was somebody who was mispositioned there. That's my thought and that's my conclusion. Let's go for a break, and we come back. We analyze this game.
Your friend in steel, SteelMate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa SteelMate Investments, your friend in steel.
Is your business or home energy use costing you too much money to run during the day? Are you constantly spending money on replacing your solar system batteries? Do you need financing assistance to acquire or upgrade your solar electric system? Well, you have come to the right place. We are Solar Shack. Call or WhatsApp us today at the Solar Shack and let us give you a power solution to all your energy problems. With professional spare designs and installations backed with financing facilities. Also, visit our new branch, number 76 Churchill Avenue, Alex Park, Harare, for our exciting specials. Solar Shack, giving you energy naturally.
Well, we are back here, and the conversation didn't stop when we went for the break. There was a bit of an argument here on the way Jalai was placed. I felt he was a little flat-footed, and he definitely wasn't really on the run. So we're going to be going back to the National Sports Stadium shortly. But your take on the way he was supposed to have been positioned?
He was correctly positioned.
Oh dear.
He was moving. Unfortunately, the speed of the ball when it came through, it was difficult for him to act. Yeah.
Jalai is right-footed.
Yes.
You've got this part of your feet here, the out foot. Clear the ball using the out foot.
Depends with the
speed
of the ball.
No, but he tried to clear it going in there, and it went right into the net.
Depends with how fast the speed,
which
how fast the ball is coming. Depends with how fast the ball is coming. When the ball is coming, there's little time for reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all right. We have the countdown here in the studio. We're about 50 seconds to go, gentlemen. Let's call it real quick again. Still seeing a draw?
The Prophet has scored it. 1-1. I've caught it. I've caught it a long time ago.
And the octopus?
He's lost it, Kawa.
I would.
You are not going to be drawn.
I'm not going to be drawn into this anymore. But I think Dynamos is now playing better.
Okay, well, Dynamos is playing better indeed, and Caps United are playing better. We've got 30 seconds to go back to the National Stadium, where we join Howard Msonza and Steve Vickers. They're out in the cold there, but you know what? I fancy them. I wish I was out there, enjoying myself. There's nothing better than that. But you know what? ZTN has the football for you here in the comfort of your blankets or your heater, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. We had Highlanders playing against Bulawayo City earlier on, winning by 1-0. Dynamos, Caps United, live pictures coming from the National Sports Stadium. Enjoy.
So intriguing stuff here at the National Sports Stadium as the players just do a little warm-up ahead of the second half. Blustery and cold now as we're after 4 o'clock local time here in Zimbabwe. Ismail Wadi, creator of that second goal then, so the fourth official, Grace Jimu, saying it was Wadi's goal. We think it looks like it came off Emmanuel Jalai. And we are set up for an exciting second half. The sun has gone, thick cloud now above us. Chando Kupisa, Howard.
Yeah, remind me of Ghana's, eh? It took me back to 2009.
Because it's cold, but it's hot as well.
Yeah.
Chando Kupisa.
So here's hoping that, the second half, both teams are going to open it up now. And I know a lot of fans watching are expecting this game to be very, very open because the players promise that they can deliver. Because we saw with the first Caps goal, then Dynamos now, as they were trying to get something out of it, they came back with their own goal. However it came, but it certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, and they worked for it. So you're saying these Harare derbies don't usually produce that many goals. 2 already is very good going because 2019 Caps 1, Dynamos 0, Dynamos 1, Caps 1. Go back to 2018, 3 goals when Dynamos beat Caps 2-1 and a 1-0 win for Caps before that. So if we get a third goal here, it would actually be quite a good goal tally by recent stats.
Yeah, there's something going on there. I saw the medics rushing over that side. So I think we'll be telling you what's going on because our floor manager has just gone over to that side.
So the medics are in the tunnel where the players come out. Looks like all of the players are on the pitch. I can count 11. So we'll let you know what's happening there. Newman Sian-Charlie kicks off the second half. Dynamos in the blue attacking the goal to your left now. The green machine in green, of course. And Juan Mutudza, he could be an influential player for Dynamos potentially. Mudwira. Will it open up? Let's see. A bit of trickery from Munyaradzi-Diro Nyenye. So Brighton Chimene is our referee. It's all to play for. Dynamo stay top of the group with a draw. Nyawa with the back healer. Mutudza. That's well played that by Tanaka Tafa. Wadi. Chitio rushes forward. Ismail Wadi. That's a good touch too. Balakasi looking for the opening. Joseph Tulani. Chitio. Rono Chitio goes goalward. It's Chitio. And that'll be...
I think Dynamos are missing a player, Steve. Dynamos are missing a player. Not sure who he is, but they are missing a player.
Oh, so there is a substitution then. So what can they do from this set piece? That's close. Caps coming close. Nyenye now. They apply pressure. Referee says that was not a foul, and now can they break?
Yeah, Dynamos are missing Patson Jaure. I think he's the player who's being attended to over that side. So they had to bring in Steven Sylvester up here to just come in and plug that hole.
And that's Tinashe Balakasi who's injured. So that the goal for Caps. Past the keeper, and yeah, Jalai made contact. So the officials here giving that to Ismail Wadi. We say it looks like actually it was Emmanuel Jalai. We don't really have a review panel, unlike the English FA, who will review such things on a Monday. So we'll see who does actually walk away with the credit there. So we're hearing that Passanjare slipped and fell when they were coming out of the tunnel. Malakasi does a bit of running. Mavunga. So Jare slipped and fell when they were coming out is what we're hearing.
Yeah, saying the medics were saying he just collapsed.
Really?
Yeah, when they were coming back for the second half.
Okay, we'll keep you updated. Let's hope he'll be okay. Mavunga. Well, that's bad news. I just hope that he'll recover okay. So Sylvester Appiah, the defender, on for Jare. Sianchali with the work. They'll get themselves a corner. There's a blow for Tonderandira.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting to lose his captain. I think he's one of the most influential players that he's got. You know, besides being a leader, of course, you saw what was happening whenever Caps were attacking. He was probably the last man that Tonderandira was hoping would clean things up for him.
And we're hearing Jare is up on his feet now in the tunnel, which is good news. Makarati rushing up for this one. Appiah! Oh, the sub, Sylvester Appiah. Right in front of goal. It could have been a Dynamo's lead. He chests it down. Oh, blasted over though.
I think he wanted to go for power since the goalkeeper had the near post covered. So in the end, it went horribly wrong.
So what can Caps do from here? Balakasi, he gets it. Murwira now captaining Dynamos with the Jare taken off. He's got the armband. And Caps are warming up Tatenda Tumba, the skillful midfielder. And a couple of other players too. As we get a break in play, there's another injured player. Ronald Chitio's been hurt.
So this is what happened. Shadrack Nyawa was there, and yeah, there was that collision and he came out the worst. So he actually indicated to the referee that he can't even go out. He needed a stretcher.
And this kind of chilly weather is not good for the players. You're more likely to pull a muscle as well, especially when they've had this long break and are still regaining top fitness. 6 minutes into the second half. Caps 1, Dynamos 1. Frank Makarati to Sylvester Appiah. What a chance he had there. I guess he'd come up for that set piece for a header rather than a shot at goal. So still Shadrack Nyawa, not getting that much room for Dynamos. That's Tafa, very high. And Tanaka Tafa, one of the centre-backs for Caps, together with Carlos Mavurume. Murwira takes it short. Good skills too. And a bustling play from Tulani. Now Nyenye, Joseph Tulani. Mavunga fancied his chances. That's not very far off target, Howard.
Very close. I think he saw the keeper of his line and he was trying to go for the top right corner there. That was agonizingly close.
Yeah. worth trying. That's Munirati Dironyanye there. Darlington Dodo, it's his birthday, by the way. What would he want for his birthday? A derby win.
Sianchali is really hassling. There he got a corner out of nothing because Nyanye thought he had shielded the ball away from him, but he hassled and he got himself a corner kick.
Good work from Newman Sianchali. Off of Tanaka Tafa. Murwira will take it. All square in the Harare derby. So it's a Murwira. Mavunga was there. It'll be a corner on the other side. Carlos Mavurume is the player who put it out. That's Bill Antonio with his arms up. Loads of players there. Barnabas Mushunje this time. Akarati was there. They give away another corner.
So I remember back in the day, Steve, when we were playing social football, we called it chikweshe.
Right.
You know, and we said 3 corner kicks in a row, it becomes a penalty.
Oh, bring it back. I wonder what FIFA would say to that suggestion. Mushunje, another good in-swinger. It's a 4th one. So what does that equal to if it's 4 in a row?
I'll probably then turn it into a goal or something.
Wow. Dynamo's turning on the screws here. It's only Murwira who's back on the halfway line. Everybody else is up. All the Caps players in the box. Barnabas Mushunje lower this time. Mavurume was up there, and it was one with Tudza who made contact. So frustrating that then for Tundra Andaraya. He, I think, knows that you don't get that many clear chances in big games like this. And Mateo Unga is injured once more. As I say, Dynamos will stay top of the group with 8 points if it remains like this.
Yeah, then Caps will come to 6, but I know both sets of coaches would want to come out with a victory today.
So with that injury to Mateo Unga out of your picture, the Caps keepers coach Chendrai Dube is warming up at Kudzwa Tatenda Munditi. Out of your picture, but just below us. Mateo Unga okay to continue for now. 10 minutes gone in the second half. 1-1. Goals coming at the end of the first half. So we think it was a Emmanuel Jalai own goal from Ismail Wadi's ball over on 42 minutes. Then Barnabas Mushunje, deflected free kick in first half stoppage time. Dynamos continue to apply pressure. Good spell for Chazanguza. Mushunje, Jalai. Barnabas Mushunje. Well, he tried. I'm not sure if that's what he was thinking of. Not enough power, though. Here's Wadi, still playing down the wing. He gets past, God knows, Murwira. Ismail Wadi. And Mutudza does the work.
He's very tricky, Wadi, whenever he's got possession, and you know, he gets defenders, you know, to panic. You know, that occasion, even God knows Murwira is one of the most experienced guys in the Dynamos team. He had left him for dead.
He had. Here's Karembo for Caps. Another injured player. And that's Blessing. That's Karembo in the challenge with Joseph Tulani getting involved in some of these as well. Karembo takes it. Nyenye. Vunga gets it away, but Karembo now. lot of running to be done here for Dynamos, but Sianchali's there. Newman Sianchali. Caps have managed to bring players back now. What can he do from here? Offside, surely, yes. Not much doubt about that call against Shadrack Nyawa. Now Wadi, end-to-end stuff now. Balakasi's there, and so too Sylvester Appiah. Makarati to Murwera. Mavunga and Nyawa. Mutudza playing this central midfield role. Still no left winger for Dynamos, but on the right, Bill Antonio. Can he get a crossover? No, Sarupinda now. And Pofu will clear it. Mavunga. Frank Makarati, the centre-back, who's played every minute of every game so far for Dynamos in the 2021 Chibuku Super Cup. Appiah the sub. If you just joined us, Patson Jaure slipped and fell in the tunnel when they were coming out for the second half, and Sylvester Appiah replaced him. Mavunga, still not much space being given away as Chitio is brought down.
It'll be good to see that man in our picture, Steve, Tanaka Chidoba. Remember the Independence Trophy versus Highlanders? He got a lot of people excited, given a chance in the first two games, the third one, but the magic wasn't there.
Yeah, sure. Mpofu tries the long ball to Balakasi. There was a nasty collision again with Taimon Mvula. So beaten for the first time in this competition as Caps went ahead with that Emmanuel Jalai own goal. Balakasi in a challenge with Appiah. They get themselves a throw. So Sylvester Appiah, Ghanaian, was with ZPC Kariba before. Karembo, good ball, Sarupinda! Blessing Sarupinda. On target for Caps.
Yeah, Dynamo's defense there was caught snapping, and he just nicked in. And now this is where you see the importance of Patson Jaure, because every attack that was coming from Caps United, he was the last man to clear such things.
Yeah, he's got in between the two defenders. Would have been a goal out of nothing. Makarati, Shadrack Nyawa, and Juan Mutudza. Can't get it back to him though. Sarupinda. That's a poor ball again. Jalai rushes forward. And Dynamos create something here. Nyawa, he was thinking of a hand of God goal. It was the only way if he was to convert that.
He needed to get to the end of that cross by all means necessary.
Yeah. The hands were stretched out. I think referee Brighton Chimene would have spotted it though. Mutudza looking influential for Dynamos. Mavunga, Murwera, Sianchali still the centre forward. Would Diraya think of bringing on Albert Eonde? Subs are still on the bench, no one warming up as yet for Dynamos. Makarati. That's done well by Tanaka Tafa. Karembo. Alakasi. Chitio now. Promising move, and here's Ishmael Wadi. A quick move that from Caps.
Yeah, quick, lightning. And remember when Rono Chitio even eventually left Zimbabwe, went, was it Tunisia? This was the kind of impact that he had, and those runs via the middle, that's exactly what he did at that time. But Wadi, at the end, couldn't do anything with that.
Now is there an opening here with Antonio, but Carlos Mavurume, he does well. Chilly here at the National Sports Stadium. Cold wind blowing around, the temperature dropping all the time. Everything to play for in the Harare derby. But Antonio has not had as much room as he did in the previous game against ZPC Kariba. Caps did their homework.
Thanks to ZTN for covering the games, because they are going back and reviewing footage.
I think the coaches love us, don't they? All the games being streamed. It's a curl and Yawa's there. Keeper fumbles it. Referee blows. Diraya desperate for his guys to get a goal. Makarati, the sleek centre-back, comes up, usually for those set pieces. I think it was a push on the keeper, though. Juan Mutudza. No, that's a bad pass. Even Antonio with his speed couldn't get there.
Yeah. Whether you've got so many accolades for sprinting, that was just too much.
If you're joining us for the first time here on ZTN, watching the Harare games, the pitch is magnificent here at the National Sports Stadium. It would have been so bumpy in recent years. That's a decent ball. Nyawa was there. Wadi's off again. It's Ishmael Wadi. Balakasi to his left, but Murwira retrieves. Sianchali. And Tafa again defends well for Caps United. Tanaka Tafa, who they got from Mushwani Stars, number 27.
Yeah, Dynamos are now in the second half. This is the 5th corner kick, just in the second half.
Wow, that tells a story. There's Antonio with his arms up again. The two centre-backs, the tall centre-backs up for this set piece again for Dynamos. And it's Murwira with another curler, punched away by Mateonga. Caps survived that one, and that's a push on Joseph Tulani. So saying if you're watching the Harare games for the first time, the National Sports Stadium pitch has been subject of excellent work. It's very much ready for international matches, and the changing rooms, media room, all been done as well. We just need the bucket seats to be totally ready for international action. Otherwise, it looks like everything is in place. Here comes Antonio. Not having an easy ride like he did against ZPC Kariba. And with Mpofu there, exchanging pushes and shoves.
So you were talking about the readiness of the National Sports Stadium. I think what has impressed me the most, Steve, is the turf. Look how many matches have been played so far, and the intervals in between, and still it's looking good.
Yeah, at international level, visiting teams didn't like it at all, the likes of the DRC. So too our Europe-based players didn't like it either. But it's in great condition now. We're heading towards the 3/4 mark in the game. 1-1. It's been pretty intense in terms of the physicality. Is there a match winner somewhere out there? Balakasi's done a lot of running. Both teams are warming up subs now. I think there will be changes fairly imminent.
I think Caps, though, might be the first team to make a change because I see, I think it's Nyoni. Ian Nyoni, he was injured in the past couple of games, so a former CHIBUKU winger, very tricky, he's exciting, he's got pace, and he's getting ready to come on.
Really exciting. King Nadolo is back in the Dynamos matchday squad, by the way, having come back from injury. Mutudza, lots of the ball in the second half for Dynamos. Apia. Makarati back to Apia. Touch from Mushunje, Mavunga. Chitio, diminutive but combative. But that was a foul. So it's another period of Dynamo's pressure. Yeah, Ian Nyoni getting ready to come on, as Howard says. And the change will be made now. And it's Joseph Tulani who's going to come off. It won't be made now, actually, as they try from range. Tulani, good work. He's brought down. A little bit scrappy at the moment. Tanaka Tafa. Still, Sianchali is giving the defenders problems. Mutudza right up there. Tafa. Sarupinda with that touch. And now Ian Nyoni will make his Caps debut for replacing Tulani. Joseph, as Howard says, diminutive, very pacey, lovely player to watch when he's on song.
I think Zimbabwe have produced a lot of players like that, diminutive, pacey. You remember Mashamudeo now with Manika Diamonds? Yeah. He would destroy any team any day with his speed down the wings.
Here's Sianchali, 2 against 2. Sianchali, Antonio. Took a little bit too long, but now Mushunje. Still Dynamos can pressurize. Newman Sianchali. And Jalai will keep the ball in, does well. There's men in the middle. Nyawa. And Nyenya heads it away, but not very far. Sianchali! What an effort.
Good goalkeeping by Tonderai Mateaunga. That was some effort from Sianchali. It was deeping. I think he just measured that shot, hit it first time. It can win you a match any day.
Oh, it would have been worthy of doing so. And I don't think Mateo Unga was expecting it to dip down so much. He did well. Can Derai's boys deliver into the final 20 minutes? Muruera. So quite a deep one though. Makarati tried, but it was difficult from there. Well, cracking shot that from Newman Sianchali. The only substitution Dynamos have made was just before the start of the second half when Patsanjare slipped and fell in the tunnel. So that was injury inspired. Otherwise, no tactical substitution yet from Tonderai and Deraya. Karembo. Wadi out on the left now, but he couldn't find him. Jalai. So Ian Nyoni on for Caps. Playing down the wing. Hasn't had a touch yet, but he's close to the ball. Mutudza still influential in the middle of the park for Dynamos. Jalai. No foul, says referee Brighton Chimene. Mutudza Can Dynamos construct something here? Nyawa! Too low. But it's a hard-fought contest, this. Trevor Mavunga, he does well. Mavunga, well, but the final delivery let him down.
I think a good passage of play from Dynamos in the past 3 minutes. From that Sianchali effort to this, I think, yeah, they've added something. But I think what Tundera Ndiraya needs is a fresh pair of legs in the middle of the park, just to change, you know, the thinking. Because one, two, yes, doing so well. Trevor Mavunga as well. But Shadrack Nyawa is not really playing the way we have seen in the past few games. So, yeah, maybe a fresh pair of legs from the bench. They've got a couple. You were talking about King Nadolo. He can certainly give you a different dimension to this game.
Yep, subdued is Shadrack Nyawa today. The players, I think, will start to feel it now. Game 4, having had midweek action, as I said, and that long break. So Nyawa getting some instructions from Ndiraya. Looking super sharp again is the Dynamos coach. Enoch Karembo will get a bit of attention. I think the players will feel it after today. They've all given a lot. Do we get a winner in the Harare derby? Ian Nyoni, the sub. Could potentially have an impact. Mudwira with his experience. The most experienced after Jare had to be substituted. Karembo with that header towards Balakasi. It's quite a high boot from Tinashe Balakasi. And an offside. Murwira tries the Route 1 ball.
Also, don't forget Caps United have got Leroy Mavunga in their ranks. He's on the bench. Might be called in.
That ball from Chitio, yes, he could be another impact sub. Nyawa for Dynamos. They're not giving it much to Bill Antonio down that right wing at the moment. They're trying to pick out this man, Sianchali, most of the time. And he's having a very good game up front. Here's Ian Nyoni. Chitio. 1-1 into the final quarter of an hour. Bringing it to you live on the ZTN Facebook page and YouTube channel, on the Star FM Facebook page too. Anything could happen in these final 15 minutes. Munirazi Deronyenye dispatches. Karembo. Nyenye. Can Caps build something here? Sarupinda. Nyenye once again for the green machine. Wadi. Nyawa managed to get the ball for Dynamos, and he was fouled, says referee Brighton Chimene. Sianchali does well to stay on his feet. Mushunje. He's tough tackling, is Enoch Karembo.
He is, you know, he's that kind of no-nonsense midfielder. So yeah, I remember back in the day when he was with Yada, and a lot of people saying he's probably the next best midfielder to come out of Zimbabwe, even being equated to the likes of Tinashe Nengomasha, Ezrom Nyandoro. So I'm yet to see that, but he's certainly not a bad player.
Yeah, player to keep an eye on. Loads of players in the box. Murwira curls it in. There's Sarupinda. He's been subdued, really, as has Shadrack Nyawa, his opposite number. with Dynamos. Certainly Bel Antonio out on that right flank has not really made much of an impact in the game overall. Tanaka Tafa. That's a nice little touch, but straight to Murwira. And Apia, Mavunga, Juan Mutudza, Shadrach Nyawa. Good exchange from Dynamos, but it runs away from Juan Mutudza. The tiredness could be kicking in now. Apia under a bit of pressure. Ian Nyoni. Nyoni's cross. Oh, Ishmael Wadi. What a chance. Taku Shariwa, Darlington Dodo on the bench. Can't believe it. Great work that from Ian Nyoni. That could have been a winning goal loading.
Because if there is any man that you would want probably to be at the end of any cross
right now,
is Ishmael Wadi.
Oh, surely. Oh, Nyoni did super work. Apia couldn't get to him. Oh. They were aghast, the Caps bench. Should have been 2-1 to the Green Machine. Wadi, who's delivered 3 goals for them so far in this competition, should have had a 4th. So Nyoni makes an impact as a sub for Caps. He's a real wing player, is Ian Nyoni.
So I think it'll be very difficult, you know, for these players at Caps, because I was just looking at how many wingers they've got. We were talking about Leroy Mavunga, Ishmael Wadi, you've got Ian Nyoni. It's just too much. They've got many of these players. Joseph Tulani as well can also play from the wing. So yeah, they are loaded with.
Sarapinda's touch. Balakasi was ready to fire, and Sylvester Apia comes to the rescue of Dynamos. It could just be one moment that decides this game, with now 10 minutes remaining. Mutudza to Nyawa. Good exchange, Mutudza. That was a pullback, no doubt, on Nyenye. Ian Nyoni. Dynamos are better watch this man. Well, they get it off him. Murwira. Now Jalai. There's only Sian Charlie up there, though. Jalai with the cross, but there's nobody there. Dynamo's not committing on that occasion. They want to pick out Balakasi. He does well. Ishmael Wadi. Chitio's there. Ronald Chitio now for Caps. It's Chitio. Still he goes. Onside, but couldn't get there, Sarupinda.
I think we have seen different spells. Dynamos dominating, but now it's been Caps United. And whenever they are attacking, they look really dangerous.
They do. Now, that's more like the Chitio that we know. Just doesn't want to lose the ball, but couldn't connect, blessing Sarupinda. 9 minutes to go, 1-1. 42nd minute, an own goal from Emmanuel Jalai. A ball towards goal from Ishmael Wadi. And then in first half stoppage time, free kick from Barnabas Mushunje was deflected when Tonderai Mateo Unga, the Caps keeper, had gone the other way. It's Dynamos looking a bit more defensive now, and Caps on the offensive, as Howard says. Still, Sian Charlie is up there. Still no sub for Dynamos besides that injury-inspired replacement of Jaure. Mushunje. That's straight to Mateo Unga. Wadi's back in his own half to collect. Caps look like they really want it. Karembo, Chitio. Right now, if you ask me, I'd say that Dynamos would settle for a point.
Yeah, they are just happy to sit back and just absorb anything coming from Caps United. There is no creativity. Nobody really wants it from Dynamos.
And they're not committing men up front either. Awadi, Jutio, Balakasi still there in that centre-forward position, but Apia rises above him. Surely a single goal now will decide the game if somebody can score. Mushunje. Oh, he's given it away now. Ian Nyoni for Caps. It's Nyoni. Balakasi's there. Now still they apply pressure. Wanted to pick out Sarupinda, did Chitio. Karembo now. It's very high from Murwira. Still Caps are not done. Nyenye. Tafa. Mavurume. Brandon Pofu. Caps on top of the situation right now. But can they make it pay? Tafa. Nice ball to Nyenye. The right back commits down that flank. It's a good-looking cross. Apia clears, but to Karembo. Chitio. Now Mavunga. Everybody back for Dynamos. Antonio. And Mavunga. They slowly bring troops forward to Dynamos. But they don't want to leave themselves exposed at the back by the looks of it.
And Caps are lining up 3 changes.
Wow. This is going to be interesting. 5 substitutions are allowed at 3 intervals maximum. And Dirai is going to have a lot of thinking to do here, because Alan Tabarwisa is on for Wadi, who's really given his all. We should have had a goal actually for Caps. And Tabarwisa more of, well, he's got the number 9, that tells you the story, more of your traditional number 9. Hachiro for Chitio, that's a creative player for a defensive midfielder. That's an interesting one. Hachiro got injured in the first game.
I think it tells you the thinking that Dodo and his team have got, you know. Let's try and consolidate what we've got, and if we get a chance, maybe Tatenda Tumba will then run at them, and hoping that maybe Alan Tabarwisa can just hold the play up front and we can get something. But in Achiro, certainly they want to consolidate.
Yeah, defensive midfielder. So Wadi then should have had a goal, but otherwise a good contribution, and the skillful diminutive Tatenda Tumba is on as well. And that's Tumba for Sarupinda. He'll give you something different, will Tatenda Tumba. Only 4 minutes to go. Triple substitution for Caps then. Mushunje for Dynamos. Was dealt with easily by the Caps defence. So Balakasi is still on. That's 4 substitutions made for Caps. They can have another one if they wish. Antonio, oh, a cracker from Bill Antonio.
I think good connection, first time. It could have turned out differently, but good try, because when you are in such a range, you got to come up with variations. Don't just run with the ball. At least try to shoot, and he did just that.
Whoever scores wins now, surely. Did you used to play that, Howard, when it was getting dark and you say who scores wins and then you go home?
Yeah.
Who scores wins? This one surely now, with 3 minutes remaining. Mpafu. Mavurume. Can Caps make it tell? Will Dynamos get themselves a winner? Mutudza. Antonio was the target. He's kept it in. Has Bella. Antonio's over the head of Sianchali, though. There's Nyoni. Referee won't blow. Murwera. And the wind just blew that off target. Another substitution. Double one. David Temwanjira and King Nadolo going for goals by the looks of it.
Yeah, but one of the guys who's going to be substituted is Barnabas Mushunje. He has really been... he has really played his heart out, Barnabas Mushunje. Let's see what King Nadolo has got. But I thought probably they were going to take out somebody, and Barnabas, because he was giving them a lot of impetus, and Sianchali as well.
Long ball, let's watch it.
And in comes David Temwanjira. Played well for Shabani Mine, and he had a lot of suitors, but finally settled for ZPC Kariba. Now he's a Dynamos.
And a bit of a hint of attack in that double substitution then for Dynamos. Temwanjira goes straight into the centre forward role. There's Nyawa to Antonio. And the tussle with Mpofu, who has had a good game in that left-back position. So Nadolo there, Darlington Dodo. As I say, it's his birthday. 3 points would be the perfect present for him. Not much time left now, though. Sylvester Appiah. As Nadolo gets his first touch. So Hachiro in midfield now for Caps. And Nyenye tries the long ball. Balakasi there. Oh, Tumba with his skills. Just beaten to it. Mutudza. And Temwanjira beaten to it by Carlos Mavurume.
Dodo would have really wanted 3 points here, but if you ask him, he would take a point from the derby any day.
Yeah, I think he would. 3 minutes of added time. Jalai finds Nyawa, who has been subdued. Little flick from him, though. Nyenye gets it away to Balakasi. Tabarwisa is the man furthest forward for Caps if they can get it to him. And Makarati back to keeper Timon Vula. Murwera pushes forward for Dynamos. 1-1 it is. Goals coming at the end of the first half. We're going to see a yellow card. King Nadolo. And we're going to see a free kick from quite a promising position for Dynamos.
I think from what we have seen from God knows Murwira, you know, trying from distance, he might even fancy going for goal from here.
You never know. Dynamos with 6 men in the box. Caps with almost everybody back except for Tavarwisa. It's Murwira, it's a corner! Off target though. I think it was Frank Makarati. There won't be many more chances now.
I think both teams will be happy just to run the clock down and not overly commit, otherwise you make a mistake.
And there's Hachiro. They've given a lot to these players. Karembo. Into the final minute then of the 3 of stoppage time. Jalai, the Dynamo's right back, who we think conceded that Caps goal as an own goal. It deflected off him. As I say, the officials gave it to Ishmael Wadi. Tabarwisa gets his first touch, but is brought down. Mutumba. This could be the last attack of the game. Free kick to Caps. Nyenye. Now Nyawa, Dynamos could have the last attack. Temwanjira. That's a foul. And the derby ends in a draw. A hard-fought contest, no doubt. Jalai's own goal gave Caps the lead. Mushunje's deflected free kick at the end of the first half. It's Caps United 1, Dynamos 1.
I think it was an entertaining game, but we saw the best of it in the first half. Second half, well, at times it was just scrappy. They tried midway, to Caps, because we had different spells. Dynamos attacking, then Caps attacking. And in the end, I think they were just happy to settle for a draw.
Great to see the smiles from the coaches. Taku Shariwa, the Caps assistant. They went for it. I think fatigue may have crept in there, and Ishmael Wadi could have won it for Caps. But overall, a draw would be a fair result. Brighton Chimene, our man in the middle, handling the game pretty well. But Caps had the better in some periods in the second half. But as I was saying, you don't normally get many goals in this Harare derby. You get tension, you get crunching challenges. That's what we saw today. Dynamos will stay on top of Group 1. Caps in second, along with Harare City on 6. You can't really say these are the two favourites to get out of the group, because there are 6 teams here and there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, there are still plenty of matches to go, and I think if there's anything called the first round of the group games, we are yet to see, I think, one more round of matches. Then those who were away will be home, those who were home will be away.
So that was Wadi doing the work. And came off, and number 2, Emmanuel Jalai. We have to credit that as an own goal. Our replays have shown conclusively, but Wadi did extremely well. And then Mushunje, big deflection from that free kick. Mateo Unga had committed the other way as the wall rose up. So that was tough. But overall, a draw. A pretty fair result, and the second half not producing any goals, and the first half probably was the better of the two. But the players gaining fitness all the time. Dodo and Diraya have a chat, so you can see Partsanjare there is okay. Was he pointing to his heart? I'm not sure there. Maybe I'm reading that wrongly there, but he's okay, and he's on his feet. Is Partsanjare, who did fall as they were coming out at the start of the second half.
Yeah, I'm sure our guys will give us more info on that and what really happened. But yeah, it was some game. It was some game, though it didn't really live up to what we were expecting, especially in the second half. But both teams, they gave it their all.
And we saw Dynamos taking a more defensive approach in the closing stages. Let's go to Ash. He's on the touchline with Tondara and Diraya.
An equalizer from Barnabas Mushunje just before halftime, probably crucial for Dynamos in the second half. Hey, missed chances for both sides. Ishmael Wadi went close for Dynamos. Just right at the end, their substitute King Nadolo, where it could have been a hero, a header wide, and it ends 1-0. We do have two, I guess, contentious decisions that were given for Dynamos. So start the Dynamos one in the first half. Tundre Mateonga, the Caps United goalkeeper, seemed like he had fumbled the ball. The ball didn't cross the line according to the referee. So that was the first, I guess, flashpoint as far as this Harare Derby is concerned. I saw the Dynamos bench remonstrating. Grace Gimo, the fourth official, had some words with them as well about that. They saying it was a goal, and not to be. In the end, 1-1. And then earlier on today, it was ZPC Kariba taking on Yada FC. A goal by Johan Sibanda that crossed the line and was given as a goal. So yeah, a tale, I guess, of two decisions. Two referees. Brighton Chimene, the more experienced referee, said no goal, nothing to it as well, and it ended 1-0. The coach is with me, Tondera Indiraya. Yeah, he said he's got the three-piece suit on. Yeah, it didn't work out today, but they stay top, 8 points, still unbeaten. First time you conceded in this competition, first time you chased the game. You know, how crucial was that equalizer just before halftime for you guys?
Very crucial, very crucial. I was so happy with the response that we got. Naturally, when you go behind, you have put yourselves under a lot of pressure. But I'm happy that we got back into the game quickly. And I thought the first half we were in control. We were in control of almost everything. Yeah. But when you have dominated almost everything in the first half was so disheartening. I think it was just a long ball from the back, and then there they were, and they scored that goal. But I was happy. We were doing most of the things right today, but it's that final pass which was really eluding us. But happy with the performance today from the boys. This was a massive match, a big match, Harare Derby, and if you have your team right up there, you look what else can you ask for from your players. So totally happy by the performance of the boys today. But I think you can see the signs there of fitness. Fitness is not really up there at the moment, but quite happy by the plan we got into the game with today. It really worked for us, but unfortunately we go home with a point. But overall, I thought a point is a fair result for this match.
Yeah, at halftime you lost your captain, Patson Jaure. What happened there? We understand he fell in the tunnel. You lost him. Didn't affect you as well in the end, I guess, but it could have had an impact on the game.
It could have been. We are lucky that he's okay. I've just spoken to him. He's fine. He's okay. Look, you don't want to have changes at the back. It really disturbs the rhythm of the team. Disturbs everything. But look, I'm happy that Sylvester came in, also stabilized things. It's not easy for a player to come from the bench and really get into the groove and stabilize issues at the back. So I'm happy for him. But look, it was sad to lose our captain. We then didn't have that leadership factor in the team. But overall, look, what can I ask for? My boys put up a very good show today.
You stay top, 8 points now from 4 games. I guess in a big game like this, you take a draw, you take your victories when they come. I guess it didn't come today as well. But in the larger scheme of things, Harare City are putting pressure. They're on 6 points. Caps are now on 6. It's tight at the top there as well. And it is a crucial point for you guys.
Very crucial point. I think we've maintained that buffer. Like I've said in the pre-match interview, that we want to keep collecting points. It's important to collect as many points as possible in this first round of matches, and then of course shift a gear up in the reverse fixtures. So that's what we are planning to do. We are done and dusted with this Harare Derby. Now our focus shifts to Harare City, a very good team, which we must also prepare thoroughly, and then make sure that we can get maximum points.
All right, Coach, I'll let you go. Chilly conditions as well. You were fashionably late when the game started. I saw you changing and running through.
Yes.
Yeah, you're looking dapper as well. I think best dressed coach by far. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, the coach therefore for Dynamos, Tondera Indiraya, 1-0 in the end. As far as he's concerned, he's happy with the point. Although I guess with the chances that they got, probably could have stolen it towards the end. His opposite number, Darlington Dodo, the Caps United coach. Coach, 1-0 in the end. For the first time in this competition, you were the first team to score. And I think that those are encouraging signs for you. And in that second half, Ishmael Wadi came close, blessing Sarupinda. You could have actually stolen it as well in that second half. Your assessment of your boys?
Yeah, I think today we started well. Defensively, we were very organized. Going forward, we had moments, yes. And as early as probably 2, 3, 4 minutes, we could have also converted a chance that we created. But we're rushing in the last third, which is an area that we need to work more on. But overall, as a team, I think we fared well. Yeah.
It was an organized performance by you, Caps United, and I think you paced yourself even during the game. Ishmael Wadi was coming through those ones, always looks dangerous when he comes in. Ian Nyoni, glad to see him back. He also came through and did something as well. Overall, for your team, the players' contribution, when you look at this group, there are tougher matches coming through. ZPC Kariba next. Encouraging signs from your team today.
Yes, very, very encouraging. And these boys, they are raring to go. You see, they're putting a lot into the game. They're working week in, week out. They're trying to correct as much mistakes which they make on a previous game as much as possible. We're trying to gel to become one unit, which is what I saw today in terms of our defensive mechanism. Going forward, yes, we still have some grey areas which we need to make sure we work on. Yes, we were a bit cautious. It's a derby. There were certain areas where we could not just open up because you will be exposed by the opponent. So I'm also happy with the recovery of Ian Nyoni. You saw Leroy Mavunga is coming back as well. Anytime soon, Phineas Bamuso will be back. We will be at full complement very soon. And I'm glad before probably the ZPC Kariba will have a full complement of the team.
After this game, you're still unbeaten. 6 points, you go back up to second on goals scored. Harare City are putting pressure on you. They're also on 6, so it's tight at the top as well. So this Harare group, the way you see it, this point is crucial. I guess you are happy with it. You will play again. I know you will play them again in the reverse fixture, but it's important to pick up points earlier.
Very, very important. Mind you, it's the first round. The second round will be more tighter. And we need to plan more because now we know each other. Other than the first round where we were just probably playing the way we wanted to play without knowing the opposition, but now we know the opposition better. So the games will be more tight because the planning will go even further. You see, but this is how it is. Harare group, predictably, it was the toughest, and we have to show our character because we're in that group and we have to make sure we do the right things.
You showed character today, 6 points, still unbeaten. Coach, all the best in your next game. I guess you're happy. Both coaches are happy with I guess it's acceptable, the performance that you had in such a big game. Hey, so for a point, good on you. Congratulations with your team as well. All the best in your next game, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that's the coach, Darlington Dodo for Caps United. 1-1, and he's also satisfied with the performance. Man of the match, he scored the equalizer for Dynamos, the deflected free kick, that cultured left foot. Yeah, he knows how to hit the balls. His name is Barnabas Mushunje. Today, the names all from the Bible. Ishmael scored one, Barnabas scored the other. Barnabas, man of the match today. Well done. I mean, for you in that derby, what did you tell yourself before the game? It's a big game, but you played well and you looked composed today.
Chokutanga ndotenda Mwari nemukana wandipa nedhabi ndasikafungiri kuti ndichagohwesa asi muhati mangu ndachingozotaiwa ndine goro randichagohwesa. Ndotenda futi wazukuru wangu nefamily yangu inenge ichindisapota. Ndotenda futi nacoach ine opportunity yawandipa ndinge ndichitamba zuva ranhasi.
Mara madimbare ese ari kutenda negobhora rawagohwesa ira. Munoziva wagohwesa just before half time. Magohweswa apa. Zvava zviri important kuwana equalizer before half time because game rachinja. Second half mama kutamba bhora renyu. Hanzi ina coach pa half time.
Chondoda kutaura ndechekuti bonga harife. Vamwe vanga vachifunga kuti ratofa. Aiwa harina kufa. Tatongozi nacoach aiwa todzoka. Watongodzoka.
Kana uchigohwesa mudhabhi so unonzwa sei because kakawanda zvinonzi munhu anosipaka padhabhi anogona kungoita hero kumafans. Mafans nhasi anga akati one day anga achikuona zvoda kuti chii kumafans avo.
Anongotenda mafans nekundisapota kwavanenge vachiita kuita kuti vangogara vachifara. Muchiri
patop, muchiri unbeaten. Barnabas, now celebrate on my teammates. Draw draws, I see win, but I think it's a good point for team Nase. Congratulations, man of the match today. All right, Barnabas Mushunje, he's our man of the match. So that's the story at the National Sports Stadium. 1-1 in the end. Caps United versus Dynamos, the first installment and the first Harare derby for this CHIBUKU Super Cup. They'll meet again in the reverse fixture. Next up for Caps United, they take on a ZPC Kariba. And then it's 1 versus 3 Dynamos who take on Harare City. Those are the next matches in Harare. At the top, Dynamos stay top, 8 points from 4 games. Caps United are second on 6 points. And then you've got Harare City putting the pressure also on 6 points. But that's the Harare derby. Thanks so much for watching here on Zim Papers Television Network. Action here at the National Sports Stadium, 1-1 in the end in the Harare derby.
Your friend in steel, Steelmate Investments, brings you a bigger environment to shop for your steel products. A new roofing sheet manufacturing plant completes your satisfaction to your construction project. Chromadeck and galvanized roofing sheets are manufactured while you wait and still cut and bent to custom size. Products in stock are diverse for use in agriculture, mining, engineering, construction sectors, and for personal use. Call your friend and steel marketing team today on 242-611-80203 or visit our website www.steelmate.co.zw. Simbiako pa Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
Investments is your friend for all your steel products and roofing sheets. From IBR galvanized and chromadeck roofing sheets, universal beams, deformed bars, angle irons, mesh wire, mild steel channels, mild and Binox steel plates, puke pipes, tubes, barbed wire, and much more. We cut your sheets to specific sizes. We deliver all big orders for free in Harare and charge just diesel and toll gate for out of Harare orders. We also do cutting and bending of deformed bars on site. Visit us at 346 Affirmative Way, Willowvale, or gate number 8 Mbare, Magaba, and number 1 Easterman's Place, also in Magaba. For Mbare, call us on 0788 930 550 up to 555, and Willowvale at 0788 930 556 up to 561. Email us on steelmate.investments@gmail.com or marketing@steelmate.co.zw.
Is your business or home energy use costing you too much money to run during the day? Are you constantly spending money on replacing your solar system batteries? Do you need financing assistance to acquire or upgrade your solar electric system? Well, you have come to the right place. We are Solar Shack. Call or WhatsApp us today at the Solar Shack and let us give you a power solution to all your energy problems, with professional spare designs and installations backed with financing facilities. Also, visit our new branch, number 76 Churchill Avenue, Alex Park, Harare, for our exciting specials. Solar Shack, giving you energy naturally.
And we're back live in the studio. My name is Chief Koti, together here with Marco Gold and Momoyo, former Warriors forward, and we are discussing the game that just ended, seeing Caps United and Dynamos going on a 1-1 draw. What a game it was indeed. A game of two halves, if I may put it that way. There were goals in the first half. There was no goals in the second half, but there was plenty of action and some goal-mouth action as well. But very balanced game, if I may put it that way. And as we get into this discussion, gentlemen, shall we all say happy birthday to Don Dodo? Darlington Dodo.
Darlington Dodo.
The Caps United coach, yeah?
It could have been a better day for you.
Could have been a bitter day or a better day. But it's an okay day.
So now it's a lemonade day. Ishmael Wad should have done better. Oh, should have done better.
Absolutely.
I think he closed his eyes.
Celebrated before. He actually hit the ball with his head.
When you look at that. But the $1 million look is the Chakushorio look of like,
He could not believe himself. Like, what happened?
He just couldn't believe. But that's the derby for you.
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
derby
yeah,
for you.
yeah.
I don't want to break, but I called it. 1-1.
Says he doesn't want to break.
Yeah.
The prophet is here.
Happy birthday to Darlington Dodo, yeah, my former coach. I think this result was very good for him. Yeah, this is the first time he has started with caps from the beginning of the season, and I think he's doing well so far. No loss. He's collected a point. He's up there. Good enough. But like Marco is saying, I also thought Dynamos had a fair chance to win the match as well in the second half, but they didn't take their chances. There was a long-range shot by Sian, which was saved, a very good save by the goalkeeper.
It was a brilliant save by Mateo, I think.
Yeah,
because that would have just peeped right on top of the crossbar there.
Brilliant
something
save.
else.
Yeah, so I think it was a fair result for the derby today.
Fair result. We saw some very good technical movements within the field of play in the second half, but nothing changed on that flank that you were talking about.
Yeah, nothing changed. Yeah, it became a case of if we can't win it,
let's defend it.
Let's not lose it. Yeah, because you don't want to be remembered as the guy who caused your team to lose the derby. For Ishmael Ward, you would certainly say, tough luck. Imagine if it was Dironyenye at the back there, miscue into goal, 2-1 Dynamos. They'll be talking about you from today until the day you leave Caps United, or even way after. You're the guy who sold out during the CHIBUKU Super Cup. But then it became a game of chess. Interesting to see Dodo introduces Hachiro. Then they are also offensive with Tatenda Tumba. It shows you he's trying to go for Brock, but also at the back of his mind, he knows that I can't go gung-ho. Let me go a bit, but also stay solid at the back.
They were solid at the back. I think Dynamos also, they're losing Patsa Jawe right into the beginning of the second half. There was stability there, though. I thought maybe there would be a bit of jittery movements within that back four.
I think Appiah came and put on a good shift. He didn't even appear like somebody who has come on as a defender. It's very difficult to substitute defenders. It's rare. If you start to look at it from today going on, just look at how many times defenders are substituted. It's very rare, especially the centre back. And Dynamos actually lost the captain, the leader on the pitch. But still, Appiah came in, put a good shift, remained solid, and really went on very well. Unfortunately, this is the first goal that Dynamos conceded today. They have been solid at the back all along. And I think Tonde is coming up with a very good team.
But also, Stuart Jaure, you'd have every reason to be worried. After what he's been through, a head operation, he slips, he falls. He says he's fine, and everybody believes he's fine. I don't think you should take such chances with such a boy, with such a condition. I would have, in my book, the ambulance is there. Let's just take him to the nearest hospital. Let's make sure he's fine. Because he can say he's fine when he is not. But at the back of my heart, because he's a boy I love, I hope he's fine. But in terms of how do you take care of players, he slipped, he fell, awkwardly so here. He says he's fine. How do we know he's fine? Because he said it. I mean, look, we could have expected better, but hopefully he's fine. Stephen Appiah, remember the first game, it was Frank Mkarati, Appiah, and Jaure at right back. So between the two of them, Mkarati and Appiah, there is an understanding.
They communicate well as well, yeah.
And I believe when it comes to the crunch games, Jalai out, Jaure right back, Appiah, Mkarati, left back, God knows Murwira.
I disagree on God knows Murwira. I believe Dynamos should hunt for a natural left back and utilize God knows Murwira more in the center of the park. He's got a way of dominating. He's got that effort that he can go up and down, box to box, than utilizing him on the left. He's stuck there. He minimizes his forward movements. And I think he's being underutilized. Yeah.
Talking about central midfielders, you need to say a word about Karim over Caps United. He had a very good game.
A lovely game, I think.
He
really shut down that flank.
He had a very good game. I mean, he gets in there. then the question is, should you trust him with Sarupinda or just let him go alone? I think he's capable of playing alone.
I thought Bill Antonio had a good game, especially in the first half. But I also thought Tonde should have substituted him early on in the second half. Maybe brought someone with a lot of speed on that side again, so that to keep the momentum. Because if you looked at the second half, there was not much movement on the right side there, like in the first half. And even Jalai was not crossing the center that much. And yeah, I thought the young men had enough runs in the first half than in the second half.
Well, those are pictures of the highlights package that we've put together for you here at ZTN. You can always watch that one way after the game has ended, and also the actual broadcast of the match. You can go and check it out on our Facebook page and watch and see for yourself and hear the analysis as well that we brought to you here at ZTN. Now, Marco, let's talk about King Nadolo. Is there a place for him in this team still?
On the bench, yeah. There's space for him on the bench. That way he is. That's where he deserves to be. Tonde said it. What you put in determines where you play or not play. If there was some other coach, you tell you, like, let me do a Phil Foden with Bill Antonio. Let me rest him. Let me go for experience. But Tonde is going with the best of the lot. What you show me at training is what I reward. And that's good. But I thought for Dynamos, yes, Sianchale comes in. He has got the energy. But does he keep the ball like Iwanda would do?
No.
See, that's then an aspect of a game when you've got pace the wings, pegs down the wings, and you need the guys who are in the middle of the pack to come through. So you need Iwanda to be facing your goal so that he shields possession in the place. And with Sianchale, the dynamics change completely.
And I think Nadolo still has a chance. I think Nadolo,
a chance he has,
he's got a place. He actually has a place
in the starting 11.
I think so.
For who?
You don't just go from 100 to 0. I think the Dynamos technical team should be patient and work on Nadolo to find out where are they getting it wrong. Because the technical team, they are involved in whatever Nadolo is doing. As a player, you need confidence from your technical team, and that is only built when you are playing regularly. You don't take away a 20-goal striker and today they can't score. They from 20 to 0. It doesn't happen overnight.
There's an element also that Marco brought a little earlier while you're coming up with that line. He has played for smaller teams, not Dynamos. Of course, Highlanders at some point he was really shining there. But could that be also an issue that team remain?
The weight of the jersey.
That's what I'm saying. If you go to that the technical team should be able to see that and make sure that they build that confidence in him. That guy can give you 20 goals, 15
but Dynamos,
goals.
You know, by their nature, Dynamos, Caps United, Highlanders, they are not necessaries. It's plug and play. I've said this.
They are the actual market.
But they are where you need to do the business. Yeah, it's short time. When the cameras start rolling here, we don't start fixing our ties. No, we do the business. When you wear that blue, do it. If you don't do it, there are so many. If you've ever gone to the Dynamos training, there's a B side that is playing ever so well. And there are guys who are not even making it into the 18. But it did not fit it. Yes, it did not.
Yeah, but there are other players who are being given a chance. I think they should give him a chance.
They should.
Okay, for me, I would always throw him anyway at the front. He deserves.
It was expense.
I've seen him play. He can play.
Not with the Dynamos.
He can play Dynamos any day. King Nadolo can play any day.
I think this conversation can go on and on, but I believe that it's really now a tight situation for Nadolo. He needs to work harder for him to command that regular place. Otherwise, this Dynamos that we have seen over the past few weeks is a Dynamos that is really dynamic, and it's been producing the results for Tondera Indiraya, and I'm sure he's happy today with that result. And Caps United also another very good team, solid team up front as well. Wadi doing the business for Kepe Bora, and at the end of the day, we had all the makings of a good derby, a nice stewy derby on a
I would
cold
love
Sunday.
to see a Caps United that goes 4-4-2, Balakasi to his right, Ishmael Watt. Let them play close together. Because the spaces that Ishmael Watt is getting into to retrieve possession and then to zoom forward with possession. You need to have an engine like Kante's.
He's got the pace, though.
Yeah, but you're overworking him.
Yeah.
You're overworking him, in my book. When you play against Dynamos, fair and fine. You want him to neutralize Murwira by the wings or whoever is coming the other way, fair and fine. But when you go play Yada, the rentals, take the game to them.
I think there is need for Chitio to pull up his socks.
Yeah, he's another one.
He is not playing up to his level. And once Chitio's playmaking is up there, we should get more goals from Wadi and less work from Wadi, like Marco is saying. You know, because he knows I don't need to come back.
Because your goal-getters should not work that much.
Exactly.
Let's have guys who work for you, feed you, keep possession, and see what you guys can do. Play off each other. Because Balakas, he gives you the runs, but he's alone. When he goes to press, 9 times out of 10, he's beaten because he just boxed. So he needs somebody to back him up. The decision then will have to be made. Sarupinda or Karembo, with the two of them, and the captain goes out. Or Sarupinda goes out, you have Karembo behind, Rune in front of him. Those are decisions that need to be made.
Tough decisions indeed, because I really can't
You don't want to be a coach, eh?
You don't want to be a coach. But it's a good headache to have because you've got the guys that can actually bring you the results. It's just a matter of positioning them. And this is a gara to tell which question, which is a doris, a gara
I would love to have Tavaruisa more often up there.
Wow.
Because of the way he can...
You are adding into the problem.
Yeah, I'm adding into the problem.
But doesn't he look like a guy who needs some time on the treadmill?
No. He has always been like that.
But he needs to shade a bit. He needs to shade a bit.
More.
No. Guys, Tavaruisa has always been like that. No, Marco. Tavaruisa has always been like that. Check his history, triangle, wherever you went. He has always been like that.
But is there no
what is wrong? No. Even if it can be better, it can be deployed like that and give results.
No.
What we want, we're talking about Wadi. We're talking about Wadi. If you have Tawarisa up there with Wadi, Tawarisa can hold up the ball and Wadi is doing.
Balakas is doing quite well.
No, he is doing quite well.
Much leaner.
Yeah. Much faster.
I don't think
more efficient.
Come on, guys.
All right, there's a guy called Marvin Umbuero. Which team does he play for? Hey, this guy is fast. Oh, God.
Don't even talk about innocent Benza, please.
No.
Not today.
All right, gentlemen, we had match day 4 here and started yesterday, action. Harare City beating Herentials by 2-1. And then Bulawayo Chiefs losing to Chicken Inn by 2-0. Another Bulawayo derby, sort of. And then Manika beating Black Rhinos by 2-1. I'm sure they changed their kit and came wearing better, more presentable. Then today, Sunday, so Highlanders beating Bulawayo City by 1-0. Ariel Subanda from the penalty spot. And then Cranbourne and Tenex drew 2-2. What a game that was as well. Plenty goals as well. And then ZPC Kariba beat Yada FC by 1-0. Talking about Yada, you would have had to check Prophet Magaya's social media post there on the untimely death of his spiritual father.
I told you in the morning, and this guy thought I was taking the debate down south. But it makes sense.
It really does,
He doesn't play any number on the team.
Yeah,
so
but,
it has nothing to do with
emotionally it affects.
How does it affect? Do you think those boys that play for Yada are spiritual is the prophet? Come on, guys. Those guys are in it for the money.
We need to go. My director is shouting in my ear, says, hey, Chienda Kumba, guys. We need to go and get a cup of coffee. We need to get a cup of coffee so soon. But time is always an enemy on this program. And then the big game that we gave you live here on ZTN was Dynamos up against Caps United. That game ended 1-1 there. Goals coming through. Another one was an own goal, and unfortunately for Jalai. But he had a very good showing today. Unfortunately, then Dynamos had to come through again through Mushunje, and they made it 1-1. So again, we say have an interesting rest of your Sunday. We have to go, gentlemen. I think the time is up.
Thank you, Chief.
We'll be back again soon to give you nothing but the very best as far as sportcasting is concerned right here on ZT. And get the picture. And we're back with Chibuku action in a few days' time. Have a beautiful evening.
Chibuku Super Cup 2021 was brought to you by Chibuku Super. Follow us on our social media pages at Chibuku Zimbabwe. Stay safe from COVID-19. Mask up, sanitize, buy your Chibuku and enjoy at home. Chibuku Super. Taste the goodness.